Everybody's busy on football.
Chargers by whoa. Did he fumble?
Good old
Oh,
football. All right, everybody, welcome back to the platform. All right, here we go. Okay. Welcome back to the channel. No Name back in the building. We got a lot of guests on here today because some of the crew members are not going to be on here, but we still going to have some conversations about the topic of today. So one of the interesting factors a lot of people have been talking about in the wrestling world is Vince's era versus the TKO era. We're talking about the bad Vince eras, not the peak era, obviously, because the peak era of Vince is obviously miles and miles better. But we're gonna dive into a lot of those different conversations. We got a lot of guests on here, so I'm gonna let the guests introduce themselves. Mar, first time on the channel, so I'll let him plug in his stuff, and then I'll let everybody else go afterwards. We've got some returning guests.
what's good with y'all? It's your boy Mar WWE. And I'm about to chop it up with my boy Malik, Aiden. What's good with all y'all? Nice to meet y'all if I never met y'all. You know what I'm saying? I make wrestling content. I'm on IG, YouTube, and TikTok. But yeah, it's nice to meet all y'all. Thank you for having me, Malik.
No problem. Josiah, bro.
Hey, so I've only been on the pod, I think, one other time, but Josiah, official on TikTok. I primarily do pop culture content, like anime, cartoons, all of that. But I do have a pro wrestling page. I'm a real big fan of pro wrestling, so I'm always nice to I'm always up to talk about pro wrestling with the boys. So that's what we came here to do. So I love to do that. So appreciate Malik for having me on. Bo and Jay, the regulars on there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's get into it.
Johnny, you've been on here before, right? Johnny, you came on here once.
Yes, sir. Yep. My name is the Johnny Mayhem, and so you can follow me on Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube. I'm a big pro wrestling fan. I love talking wrestling. That's what we do all the time on TikTok. I go on my TikTok lives, and that's mainly what we do all the time. Just talk wrestling, be chilling and playing video games, and in the chat, and we'll be just talking about everything wrestling.
Avery Moe was late again. You're right.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he actually was this time, though.
No, he was. He was.
Usually he's not, but he actually was this time.
I own it. My bad.
Second time back here. Last time pissing people off. I'll probably piss some people in the comments off again. But if you want to find my content anywhere, it's Aiden and Chong. We make wrestling content all the time. We're live for every big wrestling show, and we just try to have as much fun as we can.
Pissing off people. I love the energy. I love the energy.
Aiden heel turn. I love it. I love the Aiden heel turn.
Man. That's the most fun thing about that.
Aiden thinks he likes to piss off chat. Aiden, let me ask you a question. Where do you have Triple H ranked all time?
Towards the bottom of the top 10.
Oh, okay.
As he should be.
For me, he's towards the bottom of the top 30. So.
As he should be.
That's a little
And
crazy.
on that note, let me go get some water.
Oh, so that's what we're gonna start off with. Okay, that's what we're. That's that. I didn't know that's
bunch of lies, as always.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Let me see.
Dang, Jay said he got CM flunked under his name, bro. That's so
CM
tough.
flunked.
That's so tough, bro. Like,
That's bad. Change that, bro.
Hashtag AJ Lee's hubby.
Hashtag
awesome.
AJ Lee's hubby is crazy.
Hashtag Larry's owner.
Larry's owner.
Larry's owner is crazy.
So that's all
Lee's
CM Punk
ex.
is AJ Lee's husband.
AJ Lee's husband and takes care of the dog. Yes, sir.
Hey, this dude is a top tier hater. That's hilarious. I love it.
That's wild.
Lock in, bro. Lock in.
What was is your mic on, bro?
Is it not?
Sounds
I hear
good.
him.
It does, but I don't know. His mic usually sounds better. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
just.
Is it? Do I sound different?
No, I hear him.
I mean, we can hear you. It's just like I don't know if you're
A
talking
little
to the
low.
mic, though.
He low key called your mic cheap. I ain't gonna lie.
No, sounds okay.
I don't know if you're talking to the mic.
Sorry, I hate you. I swear to God, dude.
Like I don't know if he's talking to the mic. That's like I don't know if he's talking on the mic.
Yeah, let me work on that. Give me a second.
Maybe you is. Maybe.
I can hear him just fine.
I hear. Yeah, I
Yeah,
hear.
yeah.
him just
Like
fine, too.
we can hear him, but I can tell the difference between mics and.
You hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Am I good?
You're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Let me just ask real quick,
Maybe-
just
maybe it was.
to kick off this topic. Malik, did you come up with this topic today?
No,
TKO versus Vince. Who
this
came
was
up with that?
This was a Lewis topic.
Okay. Well, look, Lewis, did he recently take up drinking? I honestly, Lewis, I love you, man. I don't know where your head's at with this. When you watch this back,
A lot of people have these debates though. They debate on.
It's not a debate. It's not a debate. I really don't understand. Listen,
Is it though?
No, it's not. I mean, do both have their negatives? Yes.
Hold on, just so you know, we're not talking about the entire run of Vince McMahon though. We're only talking about the bad years of Vince, like the later years, like 2017.
So we're comparing the worst things about TKO to the worst things about Vince. Is that what?
Yeah.
okay.
A lot of people are saying this era of TKO was just as bad as 2019 WWE.
Well, that's stupid. I mean, I don't know what else to say. That's a weird thing to say, in my opinion. There is nothing that has happened on television in WWE in the last 3 years that even comes close to 2019 SmackDown or 2019 Raw. Nothing whatsoever. Listen.
Well,
TKO has its negatives. Ticket prices are number one. Their continued escalating relationship with Saudi Arabia, number two, even though everyone else is doing it too. But as far as the on-screen product, I don't think there's a comparison, and I think it's kind of silly to even offer that as a possibility.
Since G's not here, let me play devil's advocate for a second. I'm okay. Well, if we talking about like creative wise, right? TKO obviously clears, especially if we're talking about those last few years of Vince. But if we look at the business side and, appealing to fans and all that kind of stuff, I'm taking Vince in a fucking heartbeat.
Yeah.
Just off the fact that TKO has clearly lost the plot in terms of understanding who their core audience is. Vince McMahon, even though the on-screen product wasn't the best, at the same time, he understand who his core fan base was, and it was families, and especially late 2010s, early 2020s, children. So he made these shows affordable to watch for kids, on top of the WWE Network or even Peacock versus having to pay for ESPN, Netflix. Am I missing one? Fucking Peacock, all that extra shit. Like, I feel like TKO doesn't have a grasp on what their fan base actually is versus what Vince McMahon did.
Yeah, I just think this conversation is going to keep coming back to money, which sucks. That's literally, in my opinion, the only thing that was better under late stage Vince McMahon versus now was the affordability and the access to the content. And I understand that's an important part of it. But here's the thing, Mo. Here's the thing. If you're people like us, we've said it on the podcast before, regardless of how much it costs up to a level of reason, right? And regardless of how many bad booking decisions, and again, we'll put up with a lot, so even that threshold is very high. We're gonna watch anyway.
Well,
and TKO understands that. So I think that every negative with TKO is going to come back to money, and everything else was so bad with Vince McMahon that I think it's a complete wash. Because give me free access to the shows, but if Vince McMahon is in charge, you ain't gonna catch me walking through those doors. Like, let's just be honest.
Well, like creatively, right. Mo, you said creatively though, like what creatively did TKO did that was like crazy better than what Vince did? Wasn't Vince in charge of the Bloodline storyline? Yes or no?
To be fair, yeah, I'll give Vince that at the tail end, yeah.
Didn't he do
at the tail end of his run at the beginning of the Bloodline?
Also,
run. He was.
Didn't he do like the whole Bianca Belair rise to fame? Right? Did he
did.
Not?
He did.
So
but he also did dog food, fucking
the wild
Jinder
card
Mahal's
role,
WWE title reign.
But like okay, but like in TKO though, like
his ass.
But you said that's crazy. But you said like TKO like clear like creatively, right? What did they do creatively that was better than what they did?
So I think go
ahead, Jay. Go, my bad.
So I just think that Josiah is asking the wrong question. It's not necessarily about what did TKO do that was so much better than what Vince did. The question you should be asking is, how many things can you name that Vince did were so much worse than anything TKO has done? because you've got the dog food, or excuse me, Vince McMahon is done. You've got the dog food. You've got Natalia being an on-screen fart character for about 3 to 6 months. You had FTR getting itch cream poured into their body.
Uzi hot.
The fuck the Usos did. The better part of the 24/7 championship.
Oh, so we're talking about like far back like that. Oh, okay. Okay.
Rusev and Lana, like the list goes on and on. I'm strictly talking about the last 4 years of that. All of that stuff happened in the last 4 years of Vince McMahon. So you don't have to go that far back. I just think the lows that TKO would have to get to creatively for me to miss Vince McMahon as a creative force in WWE, they'd have to get pretty fucking low. That's all I'm saying.
I just feel like WWE is just inconsistent right now. WWE with Vince, especially towards the end, as a whole, obviously we have the bloodline stuff, right? But as a whole, was bad TV.
Consistently
wait till we get to
Bad
those Saudi Manias and Royal Rumbles. That's where you're really.
I know.
That's what we're gonna see.
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on that. Yeah.
I feel like creatively, TKO hasn't done anything bad where it's made me like feel like I need to stop watching.
Hell in a Cell
like
2019.
the 2019 Hell in a Cell, with the Fiend and Seth, the Bobby Lashley sisters, like a lot of things that were happening on TV that just made you feel like, what are we doing? Like, I don't know what's going on with the creative, but like the worst thing they might have done all year for creative that I can think of.
Or sorry, Goldberg winning against the Fiend. That's
like the worst thing they probably have done that I could think of all year that I've seen a lot of people complain about. Maybe the Travis Scott involvement in the main event of WrestleMania.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
but even that, I wouldn't even say that's as bad as Roman getting dog food dumped on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I won't lie.
Like Roman Reigns at that time, even though he wasn't tribal chief, they clearly had been pushing him as the guy for years. So we knew this is who they wanted to be the guy. But I don't what made them think that was a storyline that was going to get people even more invested to make us believe in him to be the number one guy in that spot. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, if you want the people to believe in him to be the guy, this ain't the direction, bro. This is only making it worse. Like, you making people hate him even more. Like, you making people reject him even more. I knew he was cooked, bro. When they matched him up with Jinder Mahal in 2018 and he couldn't get babyface cheers over Jinder, I said, they really cooked this man as babyface, bro. He can't get cheered over Jinder Mahal. This is crazy.
Both guys suck. That's
there's nothing they can do at that point. There's nobody you can match him up with to make people cheer for Roman Reigns. If you can't get cheered over Jinder, this coming off the WWE.
You want to know how he got cheered though? You want to know how he got cheered when he had leukemia, which is terrible. But
terrible.
That's the only way.
Mind you, they booed him at Mania 35 too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it didn't even take a month. It didn't even take a full 2 months for him to get booed again.
Which
is ridiculous. That pissed me off.
It was bad. TKO, I think, is just questionable what the ticket price is. They're trying to make the UFC market opposed to.
It's also how often you see your stars. Because with TKO, you never see them. Like, everyone feels like a part-timer. Gunther's world champion, EO's champion. You barely see him. At least with Vince, as bad as the quality of his shows were, I saw my stars every single week on the TV. Now, it could have been horrible TV, and I think TKO definitely quality has improved. I don't see half the roster anymore. Everyone feels like a part-timer. Whenever you see them, it's like, oh my God, they're back. Like,
this is one thing I want to bring up too. I'm going to show you guys some stuff. So one thing people have compared, obviously it's different, is Vince's pay-per-view booking opposed to Triple H's, right? Now I'm going to bring up some graphics for you guys. So this is SummerSlam 2018. Now, we got a lot of matches on here, but some of these matches, probably didn't really need to be on there, for being honest. Cruiserweight Championship match, that's a Monday Night Raw match now today. Finn Balor and Baron Corbin, that's a Monday Night Raw match. Saturday Night's main event match. There's a lot of matches. You look
Saturday
here,
Night's main event.
Like B Team.
We have the Demon though. We have the
B Team versus FTR. Like, that's not making the pay-per-views now. Like, there's a lot. It felt like Vince's pay-per-views were more so he put a lot of matches on the shows just to fit everybody on the show. Which I understand, because there's a lot of superstars on the show that people do want to see. So it's trying to fit as many people on the show as you possibly can. But like Rusev and Lana versus Andrade and Selena Vega. Like, come on, bro.
Well, I'm saying, like, I think the
Alexa
kickoff
Bliss.
shows, I think like the kickoff matches were exactly where they needed to be. Those were kickoff matches. But like, I think with that like particular graphic, like Mo has said, like, Finn brought back the Demon. Like, nobody was expecting that. So that was a cool moment. And then of course, you had the start of the man, with Becky Lynch with that triple threat. So that was great. Daniel Bryan and the Miz had an amazing story to going into that. So it's like there's
Had a pretty good match.
now Shinsuke and Jeff Hardy. That's a Monday Night Raw match. That's Monday Night Raw
Didn't
match.
Randy come back?
Yeah,
on
they ain't do shit
Um,
there.
and
They ain't
It's
do
for the
shit.
U.S. Championship, though. It makes
And-
sense.
and-
I
look
think
like
Randy
they tried to
attacked
look
Jeff
on
after that
belts.
match. If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
And listen,
Yeah.
even the matches that you look at and say, "Oh yeah, that's a
Roman and Brock was
pay-per-view
good, too.
quality match," you have to think about everything that surrounded it. Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman. Kevin Owens was getting pushed around in the toilet. AJ and
Oh.
Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe had 3 different opportunities where he should have gone over and he didn't. So even the matches that you say like, "Oh well, those were definitely pay-per-view quality matches," when you really think about the circumstances that surrounded them, you couldn't even enjoy the matches anyway because of all the shit you had to go through. So
Yeah.
it's just every time I look at a pay-per-view card from 2018 to 2020, all I can think about is, God damn, that was really hard to watch. Like
tell you what-
shit,
I'll tell you what
that was really hard to
I'll tell you what
watch.
was really
Backlash
ass.
2018 is a perfect example.
I'll tell you what really ass. Stomping Ground and Great Balls of Fire. Those two.
Oh, yeah.
Those two.
Well,
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
I like Great Balls of Fire, but Stomping Grounds I'll give you.
Hell no.
Hold on, I
Hell
like
no.
Great Ball, not the pay per view
Hell
name,
no.
but the show wasn't bad. Show
Kill that.
Wasn't that the same pay per view where like it had where it had Enzo versus Big Cass?
Yeah,
I
it
hated
was.
Enzo.
It
Hell
was.
no.
It was.
That's-
I hated
Big
Enzo.
ass.
The only
Yeah.
match I really liked was Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman in the ambulance match.
That was great.
Oh yeah.
Somebody
was
said they
great.
hated Enzo. Enzo was gas. Y'all didn't like Enzo Amore?
He was
Yeah, without Big Cass.
Enzo
Without
was
Big
good.
Cass,
Okay, like
Enzo.
Enzo
Keith
was
Kurt was
good
going crazy.
on like Enzo is good as a manager. I feel as though him as a wrestler,
That
dog
or a
shit.
tag team wrestler.
Dog
Yeah.
shit.
Enzo.
I feel like his
him as a wrestler was dog shit.
his
not gonna lie.
wrestling has changed so much though in the indies though. That's what
I'm
like,
glad about that.
I
haven't
love
kept up.
that.
actually haven't kept
Yeah,
up.
I'm glad about that. But in like the WWE, he was real better as like a man. If he was Big Cass's manager, I promise you, Big Cass would have been pushed a little bit more. I promise
They
you that.
tried to
I agree.
put Big Cass, but Enzo as like when he was in the cruiserweight division,
That was
I won't lie,
cool.
he was the only entertaining thing about that whole
Yeah.
division. Its whole run, he was the only entertaining thing.
Neville. That's what pissed me off about Enzo
Yeah.
too. When he took it off Neville, I was just like,
Cause Neville was on
When
his
Neville
very
turned heel, yeah. When he turned heel, yeah. But him and
Yeah.
Enzo was the only 2 entertaining things.
I also
And
think
that's
this is
fair.
a little bit. We're getting a little bit off topic, but I also think one of the reasons that Enzo as a solo guy didn't work is because no one wanted it. Everyone wanted Enzo and Cass to be a tag team,
Yeah.
winning titles.
yeah.
No one wanted them to break up. So that again, even though you have to look at some of the good things Enzo did, the fact that you have to think about it as Vince decided to break those guys up before they ever won a single championship together
yeah, that's
is
that's
asinine.
facts.
It's crazy because they never
Facts.
won titles in NXT or main roster.
No,
That's facts.
That's crazy.
asinine.
So this
They
is
were-
a Triple H pay per view. This is Bad Blood last year, so just giving
Mhm.
examples.
Five-
So 5 matches. Most of these matches on here were story driven though, with either long term stories or
Mhm.
new building up stories. I mean, obviously Punk and Drew was the climax of their storyline. Priest and Finn had been in the story going on with the Judgment Day stuff. Same with Rhea and Liv. Bailey and Nia, they had a little story there too. And then of course Roman and the Bloodline stuff with Cody involved. That was all a story as well. Even if people didn't like it, that had been an ongoing story for quite some time. So it definitely seems Triple H's are usually more story driven. It's very selective with who's going to be on the show. You know what I mean? Like obviously guys like Cody, you know, Roman, when he's around, they're going to make the show, right? Because they're the top guys, they're top stars. So you can expect them people to be on the show. People like Damian Priest, though, Finn, selective, you know, like Damian Priest. I don't even remember the last time he was on a pay-per-view. Maybe
Backlash.
Mania
Or Backlash.
or
It was
Backlash.
the
Backlash might have
four-way.
been
Yeah.
the last time he was on one.
Yeah.
Finn Balor, it's been a while for him as well. Nia Jax, you know, Bailey, all have been a while. So obviously his is more selective. What do you guys like more though? Do you guys like more of the selective pickings of lower match cards where you could potentially have longer matches for people to tell better stories, or do you like more of your cards to be more stacked with more matches because you want to see more superstars?
Short and sweet,
opposed
quality
on the
over quantity. That's all I got to say about that. Very rarely were you ever going to have a 10-match card where all of them were bangers, but you can definitely think about several Triple H pay-per-views that were 5 to 6 matches and all of them were bangers. So, yeah, definitely quality over quantity.
I think it should be
for
somewhere in the middle.
takeover style.
I
think we need another match or 2 per card. I think we're
Yeah.
right almost at the sweet spot. If we had 6, I think that's perfect. I feel
I
like
think-
5
I
is
think
just
we
a
have
little
more-
short for a pay-per-view.
I think if like we had more kickoff matches, I think that would have been
I would love to
better.
see it go.
I would love to.
That
I
was
would
something that was
love to
fun I
have
could
them.
watch
Yeah.
short.
Instead
not
of
important,
instead
and
of it
Instead of
just
them
like
talking for what?
Yeah.
2
As opposed to
hours?
watching
Yeah,
Booker
instead of doing
T
that.
talk for 2 hours, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely put some matches.
Yeah,
on.
I would
Yeah,
love
I'm
to
not gonna
have
hold
them.
y'all though. I ain't never watched a kickoff show in my life, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I'm
None of
watching
them?
the show.
They're-
When the
Hey,
show-
you never watched WLC?
Hey, yeah.
I didn't watch it until it went
Hey,
on
man.
YouTube. I didn't watch
There
it
was
when on
some
YouTube. Like,
matches
and
I
also
never-
and also like
It was
from like a
solid.
fan perspective, and also from like a fan perspective, like if you're waiting for like the main show to start, and like
Yeah.
you're in the arena, like to have matches like to watch before
Yeah.
like, the main show.
Usos
starts,
New
like,
Day
was
Rather
was a
just
pre-show
sitting
match.
on
I'm,
your
I'm
phone.
saying like
and-
the Usos
Oh,
and,
yeah,
and the New
SummerSlam,
Day.
yeah.
That was like what was it? I think they had a pre-show match at
Tag
Fastlane, right?
titles.
right.
it was SummerSlam.
Or
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
SummerSlam
So I'm saying like
2017,
that match right there, like just I think from like a fan perspective, I think pre-match kickoff shows would be pretty good. You know, kind of like how they do it in boxing, where they have like an undercard and then the main card. You know. So,
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
WrestleMania 35 had a couple of pre-show matches that some of them weren't necessarily important, but it was cool. Like you had multiple battle royals,
Ooh,
you
bro.
had
You
tag
count
matches. It
35
was like, you know what? That's cool.
You count 35 the pre-show plus the main card. That's the longest show you will ever sit through in your life.
Yes.
Like, I didn't even watch the pre-show, and I just watched the main card. And I was sitting there like, bro, this show is like it's mad long, bro. Like it's crazy. I feel like though I don't know. The only time I would turn on the pre-show would be like for Mania, but I would only turn it on just because like I want to be locked in when the show starts. 'Cause it's
I feel
WrestleMania.
like if they do bring it back, or I feel like the only way they just need to make it interesting, like put some good matches on the kickoff.
Tag
You know what I
titles.
mean?
Hon-
Tag titles.
honestly,
Tag titles. Exactly.
honestly, right now, I feel like
US title,
this iteration of the pre-show that they're doing feels a little bit insulting to my intelligence, because I understand they market to children, but for all of them to sit there and talk about it like it's real, you know, and I'm talking about like when they say like, oh, when you get in there in the ring with Paul Heyman, you never know what's gonna, like they talk about it like it's not scripted when we know that it is. So if they're doing this show to market the pre-show to 6-year-olds, then by all means keep doing it. But as a grown adult who has more than 6 brain cells to rub together, I just can't see the benefit of
Well,
watching.
I mean, but like that's like the fun of wrestling, though. You know what I'm saying? Like they're keeping kayfabe. You know, like I feel
I
like
did
that's
for
like,
big
you know,
shows,
get
yes,
it,
but
making it more a little bit
random
realistic
B-level
is pretty
pay-per-view.
good to me.
But if you're gonna, my problem is if you're gonna do that, I feel
Don't
like you have
advertise
to,
WWE Unreal.
and you have that, and you have to mix matches in with it, because otherwise, when you lean too much into the kayfabe, it's kind of like the old idiom that if you turn hard enough left, you find yourself going right. When you steer too hard into kayfabe, you eventually steer back out of it. And when you just have a bunch of marks sitting there talking to each other for 3 hours, you start to fall out of it a little bit. But if you were to do 30 minutes of chat, a 15-minute match, another 30 minutes of chat, a 10-minute match, right? I think that's a better balance. So right now, I've got no reason to watch the pre-show. I don't need to sit for 3 hours listening to Booker T going, oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, man. Oh fuck. Yeah, yeah. I've got no need for it.
Man, the disrespect to Booker
Yo.
T on the commentary, bro.
Yo.
Like, quack quack, bro.
He sucks.
He's great. He's great.
Hey,
Look,
hey,
look
sucks.
at the they got right now.
That's the only reason Steph is over. Stephanie Vicario is over. I'm
Oh,
Great
wow.
wrestler. One of my
Oh,
favorite
wow.
in-ring performers
Trick
of all
Williams is the only
time.
reason I
Trick
was over.
Williams?
I'm understand, you know.
Yeah, I was about to say Trick.
I like the
Oh yeah.
the balance of I can understand the balance of the pre-shows where you want the matches, the talking. I understand that, but I can't, like I said, I don't watch pre-shows, so it don't really affect me. Like I'm
But
catching
at least you would have the option if one of your favorites, let's say Braun Strowman was still with the company, Malik, and he wasn't on the main show, but you wanted to support him. If they threw him in a pre-show, street fight with Sheamus or something, you'd probably tune in and watch it. Like at least it would give your guys something to do. Maybe get more eyes on the pre-show, but right now it just seems like there's no reason to watch it. It's pointless.
Yeah, I
That's why I like 0 Hour. On
If
the
your
Yeah, I ain't
favorite
never-
wrestler is Braun Strowman, you don't even.
ain't never watched a pre-show or
0 hours way better
Like,
than
for me-
the kickoff shows they've done.
why you
me,
do
like-
Braun like that?
the one
I'm just saying.
whoever they put on pre-shows or even like 0 hour for AW. For me, it's just like
Mhm.
you clearly don't. It's not important enough to be on the good show to y'all, so I don't really care about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if it's
That's fair.
if it hypothetically happens to be like a WLC or it's good enough, then I'll
What if
go
it was
watch the
Sammy
match
with
back.
the U.S. title? With
Then
the
I'll go
open
watch
challenge?
the match
Right.
back. But like,
If you're doing the open challenge on the pre-show, see that's actually pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, that's
Because I don't think he
That
ever has a
would- that
story
would
at
make
this
me wanna
moment to
watch
be
the pre-show.
important enough.
Yeah.
But
I would
it's
watch
pre-show
that.
work.
Yeah.
I'll watch that.
I catch the highlights.
I feel
Oh,
like
yeah, man.
I ain't never willingly clicked
Yeah,
on
man.
a pre-show and watched it. Never,
Yeah, I'll catch the
never
highlights.
enough to ask for one. I ain't never been like, oh, I can't.
Because the
wait
Sammy's
to-
ain't gonna do it on the pre-show. He not gonna like say he not gonna face nobody big. Ain't like nobody like he
But
not.
they could.
That's fair.
He not the.
They could, yeah, you really could,
Orton.
and like, I mean, you can do like one of like just a small main roster call up if you want to do that. Make it something meaningful, you know.
You could
If
put
they-
some
and do
returns
it
that
on the
don't
pre-
have to happen on big TV. It's like, oh, this guy
Yeah,
came back on the
exactly.
pre-show. Austin Theory came back. What?
Yeah,
I feel like
Edge
you'll want to
returning
have that on the
the
and
main
then it
SummerSlam
kind of makes
pre-show
you
for
like,
some
oh,
reason.
I need
But
to.
if you saturate
Wow,
that,
Like in
that's
2019.
actually really
important and
cool.
people
I
wanna
need,
watch it.
maybe I need to watch the pre-show. Yeah, exactly. It gets people tuned in.
The pre-show
Like I
can be
said-
used as an element of TV that you also have. It's just more minutes and more time. You know, if you can make any minute you're on TV useful, those couple minutes can be useful to someone to help elevate them into an interesting story. Then, hey, you're on Monday Night Raw. Let me check it out.
Like I said, I think from like a fan perspective, I think a pre-show is pretty good, especially like if you're like live at the show and like you just-
Exactly.
Yeah, now if you're
just
live
watching
at the
it.
show, that's
Yeah.
different. I feel like
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
you could at least
Better
sit
than main
there and
event.
watch something,
Because
but-
that's another thing too. Because whenever you're live at the show, you're literally you're sitting there for 2 hours on your phone waiting for the show to start.
depending
So
on
it's like
walk
that's
in.
that's another thing too.
depending on what time you get there. Yeah, see, for me, like I was saying, I don't usually
Yeah.
get there till like 10 minutes, bro. In there, right as soon as the show about to start.
True.
Yeah.
True.
You could even you could give people a reason, and the people in the live audience a reason to not be off getting nachos in the pre-show. Do some taboo Tuesday type shit. Like say we have 3 champions that aren't scheduled for tonight. Which of these champions would you like to see do an open challenge? Or
He's cooking with that.
we're gonna have
like that.
we're gonna have wrestler A out here having a match. Please select his opponent. You know, and even if you rig the results like they used to do with Taboo Tuesday, like who cares? It gives people a reason to watch and so it participate in the thing. So just make it interesting. They won't because that's way too good of an idea for WWE. But like, give people a reason to care about it. Just like the old movie, Build the Field, They Will Come. Give people a reason to watch the pre-show, and I promise you they'll watch it. But
Go watch.
So these are we'll get to some questions here in the chat that I like. How many women matches should be on a PLE? Good question here, man. So hypothetically, we're talking the Triple H here, right? Because usually there's about 5 matches. Bigger shows maybe have 7 or 8, but if you're gonna have 5 matches, there at least should be 2 max on the show.
Yeah,
like
both of the women's world champions.
you don't have to
World
have
titles should be
you
on.
don't
the
have to
Not
have-
always.
if you don't have both world titles, mid card title, tag titles, and whoever, or an ongoing story between 2 individuals, but definitely you should have at least one of your world champions. So either the women's for SmackDown or the women's for Raw, mid card champion or your tag champions. I feel one of the things that I did not like about which one of the shows was it? I think it was a Clash in Paris. They only had one women's match on there, and that was Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella. I'm like, that's not a good sign for the women's
Terrible,
division. if you
yeah.
ask me. Like, you got a lot of great women on this roster, and you only got one women's match on the show. I mean, yeah,
Wasn't
the
there
show-
supposed to be 2 because of Stephanie Bacare? That one
it was supposed to be
have
2,
They
but they
should've
still
just
could have
done
put
Stephanie
like
and Io
they still could have
there.
put
Yeah,
Io
they
and Stephanie on that show if they wanted to. Like the
And
match that we got
should've
to
still-
they still
and
could
it's
have put that on the show.
it's so easy to do because you say, all right, this month's pay-per-view, Raw's champions will defend. Next month's pay-per-view, SmackDown's
Yeah.
champions will defend, and every other pay-per-view, the tag champs will defend. Again, it's such an easy solution, but WWE won't do it because it's too good of an idea for their current brand of it's just and they control. So you can't tell me, oh, there wouldn't be enough room on card A, B, or C. You control how many matches are on the card. You're on streaming services, so there's no time limit. You control how long the show is. You can extend a show by a match to make that program work. And it's a guaranteed way to get all of your women's champions focused as you build towards the bigger shows. And it's such an easy fix, and that's why it's so frustrating. And again, it's not just TKO. Vince had the exact same problem. I mean, how many times did Shelton Benjamin get into the Money in the Bank match when he had a belt on his shoulder already that he wasn't
IC
defending?
champion.
So it's a thing that WWE has struggled with for our entire lives, but it's such an easy fix to structure your pay-per-view so that every championship gets featured at least once every other pay-per-view. And they just won't do it for whatever stupid reason. And the problem is, again, we talk about keeping kayfabe alive or whatever, but why should I care if Julia is a champion when Julia doesn't even seem to care that she's a champion? Because she's never out there defending it. So if you want me to buy into kayfabe, you got to give me a reason to. I'm just not going to do it on my own. Yeah,
not
it's
even-
just frustrating.
It's not even just an issue with the selective of women's matches. You know, it's also them booking the women's as champions. You know, they always give the women very good moments when they win the championships. You know, Julia and everybody else, Tiffany and Rhea
Yeah.
and Liv and all this.
They acted like Stephanie won WrestleMania.
and they're very good at giving people the moments, but they're very bad at consistently booking the women, giving them good championship reigns after they win the championship. It's one thing to win the championship, it's another thing to actually be good as a champion with your booking. So, for me, Stephanie's still too early to tell because she just won the championship. So obviously, can't really comment on that one right now. But I mean, Tiffany Stratton been champion for months and months now, and she done fought Nia Jax maybe 1,000 times. She fought Jade Cargill maybe 300 times. Like, she's been feuding with the same people repetitively over and over again. She hasn't had really any good stories that stood out. Like, her best story all year was probably Charlotte Flair, and that was bad. That's probably her best storyline she had
Oh my!
all year long.
John the hell was.
And that was not a good story going into that Mania. And the
People
match
tell me
was kind of
Charlotte could go,
lackluster as
God.
well. You know what I mean? So, like, they have to figure out a balance of giving these good women good championship reigns, because they don't have an issue with that when Cody's champion, when Roman's champion, when Seth Rollins is champion. You have the men who are champions. They have good, proper reigns. You know what I mean? Like, Sami Zayn's been U.S. champion. He's been doing better than Julia, and he's been champion shorter than her. Why can't Julia do a U.S. Open challenge? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Because SmackDown's depth sucks.
Well,
they
It's
can
been a
even,
problem
they
since
done brought us, they
2024.
SmackDown
done-
women division.
they done brought us some NXT people for
Yeah,
Sami
that-
Zayn.
that's
Devon
what I
Evans
should
was
say,
in
yeah.
there, like, in the mix. Like, they done brought up people from other brands too. So, like, why can't they do that for Julia? Like,
That is
It's-
facts.
it's a selective picking. You know what I mean? Like, they did it with Sami Zayn. He had John Cena. He had Devon Evans. He had Aleister Black. You know, he had a dabble of people
Yeah.
who were like, okay, this could be good stuff. Julia could face a plethora of good
Mia
people,
Yim.
especially in NXT.
The only
What if they
person
got over
that,
there?
Yeah.
the only person that they feel as though is worthy of the U.S. title is Mia Yim, like to defend. I don't know why.
Legion section, stand up.
Like
I was
I
gonna say Legion.
like
Sit down.
that is like her
Legion
only, that is her
Yeah.
only role on SmackDown is just to lose in a U.S. title match. That is her only role
Yeah.
on SmackDown.
Bro, when it comes to
don't
U.S.
know why.
title, she's the 60s Lakers, bro. She just keeps coming back and fucking losing every fucking time.
She's a
Bro, it's
glorified
crazy.
loser.
Like if you want like
crazy.
like when you become the women's U.S. champion, like you just automatically got to assume you're going to defend it against Mia Yim. Like that's what's going to happen.
And
That's like-
it depends on. You could tell there are certain champions they care about opposed to who gets the championships. You know what I mean? Anytime, to give a prime example, anytime Becky Lynch holds the championship, she's always used. Becky, like that women's Intercontinental Championship had never been defended on a PLE until Becky Lynch got it. She had like
That's
a
true.
row of like maybe 4 championship defenses. She had Backlash. I think she did Evolution. She did SummerSlam. She did Money in the Bank. Like, you know what I mean? Like before that, you
Yeah,
couldn't-
I think that goes on to like the name too. Like,
yeah. The name also holds
To be fair,
value.
there's only been 2 title holders though.
But if you want to get people up there with that same name value, you have to use them. Like Lyra
Right.
had the championship
Right.
for a minute and couldn't do anything with the championship until Becky Lynch came into the fold. But she had been champion for months. You know what I mean? Like, you
What's
could
crazy
have
with Lyra, I didn't mean to cut you off, but what's crazy with Lyra is that like she was having good title defenses. Like she was having good, like she's really
Yeah.
good as a wrestler.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like some of those title defenses, they could have been on PLEs. Like
there's certain things like one thing that will forever not make sense when they didn't put that TLC match on Mania and they had it on SmackDown. Like, bro,
So
that was a
stupid.
WrestleMania match right there.
So
And then they had the
stupid.
Yeah.
one at SummerSlam. I'm like, bro, that's what I'm talking about. That's WrestleMania worthy. Like when the Profits had the championship, they couldn't get one PLE title defense, bro. I'm like, bro, if you actually want to make them as a serious team, at least give them one PLE championship defense. They couldn't even get Mania when they were champions, bro. I'm like, come on, man.
And the
I
thing
don't think
about
the Raw
the,
tag titles have seen it since.
the thing about the
WrestleMania.
SmackDown women's roster being
That's
dookie,
facts.
chat, it's all over it. I mean, you've got so many. NXT is overloaded with talented women. Quite frankly, there's not enough room for all of them.
oh,
And
Julia's
half
so
of them are
good.
ready for the main roster right now. Jordan Grace should have already been on the main roster. Jada Parker is ready. Lash Legend is ready. Sol Ruka is ready. Like, just call up some of the talent. Why are you letting them stay on NXT when the SmackDown Women's Division is so porous? Mix it up. Call them up.
I feel like me personally, I just feel like you gotta, if you're, especially if you started at NXT, you gotta win the championship before you get called up. And
Jordan Grace
I
doesn't.
to
Yeah.
agree, to be fair, Jordan Grace has like multiple chances. I don't know why they didn't do it, but I mean, at least
By the way,
at least
Bianca
a North
never won
American
it, and
championship.
she's a Hall of Famer already. Bianca came up without an NXT championship.
It's
She's
rare
gonna
though.
be a
I
Hall
think
of Famer.
he is right though. I think that's pretty rare for somebody not to win anything in NXT, especially like a lot of the women. Rhea Ripley was
Yeah.
NXT champion. If you name Tiffany Stratton was NXT champion. Most of the time they
Yeah.
win something
Yeah.
before they go up. Like Bianca's
It
like,
helps with their character, but
like yeah.
I mean, but it is very rare. Like Jade said, Bianca Belair. Like I get it.
Yeah, it's a rarity.
I can
But
see
then you
Devon
think
coming up.
about I'm just not seeing the logic because you look at the most successful world champions from NXT and how dookie their solo careers were on the main roster. Finn Balor, Tommy Ciampa, Shayna Baszler, the list goes. Asuka for a long time. They just only recently started figuring Asuka out. So I don't necessarily think staying in NXT long enough to win a title correlates to success, especially with someone like Jordan Grace, who was already a Hall of Famer in TNA.
I agree
Who's
with
all
Jordan Grace. But somebody like you could bring up Soul because she is Women's North American champion, but somebody like Jada Parker, I do think she would benefit from winning a championship because it's like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? I feel like they push you a different way when you win gold anywhere in WWE. So just fans knowing that she was a champion down there is gonna do something for her when she comes up. Because if you think about it, it's like if you ain't winning nothing in NXT, how I'm gonna take you serious winning something up here?
But then again, though,
Exactly.
I don't like the fact that like people like women like Jada Parker, they've been there for a long time, and for a long time in NXT, and they're getting these opportunities, but they never capitalize on it. Like
Oh, for sure.
I think like Jada Parker is like one of character wise, I think like she's one of the best.
She one of the best, yeah.
in NXT, but like they never pulled a trigger on giving her at least a North American title. So it's like if you're not gonna do anything with her in NXT, you might as well put her on SmackDown or something like that.
Yeah,
Just
I
because-
think she should have won the North American title already. But that's what I'm saying. I think they should leave her down there for a bit, and so she can do that eventually. But it's just, I think it's gonna hurt them just the fact that you was down in NXT for that long and you ain't win nothing. If they try to bring
Lash
her up to
Legend
the
could
roster
come
and
up
push them, it don't
right
make
now.
sense.
Lash Legend was just in the what was it? The
She
Royal
was on
Rumble?
SmackDown.
Bruh, she
And now
had
she's
that
back in
monster
NXT,
ass
like, you could've just
performance.
left
I think
her.
it was that Evolution. I think it was Evolution. I think
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
Yeah,
Evolution
and
Pro.
she was toe to toe with Nia freaking Jax.
She
in
was
the
the
middle
last
of
one
that.
that got eliminated.
Yeah, so
I'm saying.
I don't know.
They actually had her a part of a tag team they could have used too, and then they got rid of her partner.
Which is on SmackDown. And then they brought her back to NXT. Like, you could have just left her on SmackDown. It was fine.
By the way, Candice LeRae is one of the best women's professional wrestlers in the entire world, and she's playing housewife to DIY on. I don't get it. I don't.
Candice-
I understand though, like I get why certain people stay in NXT for so long. For years you would see guys like Gargano and Ciampa stay in NXT for so long, even though they didn't need to be there. But there's a fear though, like not everybody's gonna be used when they come up to the main roster. So we also have to be logic as fans. Like, yeah, we want these people to come up, but there's gonna be a ceiling. Like not all these people are gonna be utilized like we envision them or we want them to when they come up to the main roster. That's why I think a lot of those people stayed down there for so long when Triple H was in charge, because they saw the repetitive state how when people would come up to the main roster, they weren't being used to what they were in NXT.
Maybe
Even now, you look at the roster now, you can call up some of these women, but they're struggling with the women they got now. So where are they going to fit at on the roster now? They can't even use the people they got right now on the roster.
I know that's what we think as fans, Malik, but come on,
That's what they're showing us. It's not even what we think.
Hold
It's what
on.
they're
My
showing
point.
us.
Hold on. My point is, tell me if Sean didn't walk up to Jada Parker or Lash Legend tomorrow and say, "Hey, you're going to SmackDown. If you want, let's even say I'll give you the choice. Stay here on NXT or go to SmackDown." You can't tell me they would stay on NXT because otherwise, what was the point in coming to WWE?
Of course, everybody's going to want that
They gave
opportunity.
Stephanie the choice.
Yeah, of course they want.
Not
that
everyone's like
opportunity.
Stephanie, where they're able to admit that they don't want it. They're not ready
Yeah.
for it. I feel like some of the
Yeah.
women would just jump the ship and be like, yeah, let's do it. But then you are not ready for that opportunity.
I'm saying that, like, I feel like we can't hold on to these people in NXT because ultimately their careers, what they want for themselves, they want to bet on themselves and they think they can be the exception to the rule. Now, are they? Who knows? But I don't know, to say that we think they should stay in NXT because they may not be used when they move up to the main roster. I don't know. Especially, listen, if both rosters were fine and running and great, I'd have no problem with what you guys are saying. Stay in NXT, cook, simmer. But SmackDown is terrible. SmackDown is terrible. They've got two credible challengers to their champion that the champion has already beaten twice each.
Definitively.
Does she retire the championship at this point? I mean, what is she going to do unless you call some of these people up? I mean, I am anxious to see how the SmackDown Women's Division plays out over the next couple of weeks because it might.
I don't know
like
how you
all
get
that
worse.
Baruka.
I just don't know how you get worse at this point. Like,
Yeah,
I mean-
it's a thing of obviously people are gonna have to come up at some point. You can't keep everybody down there forever. But if you obviously too, if you were to ask people if they wanted to go to the main roster, of course they're gonna bet on themselves. But again,
Not all the
WWE's always had a pattern of showing who they value and who they want to utilize. It's kind of always been known. You can just tell you can just feel that with certain people. I'm not surprised how they've been using Carmelo Hayes opposed to Braun Breaker. That doesn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah.
Carmelo Hayes was great in NXT, but main roster has always
Yeah.
been different.
Yeah.
I never really knew if he was going to be a main roster guy opposed to what they had for Braun Breaker because Braun Breaker has the look, he has everything that they would want in somebody to be their top guy. They made that clear when NXT 2.0 was a thing. When they introduced us to Braun Breaker, we had no idea who he was, and then like 3 months later, he was the champion. Kind of made you say like, "Oh, okay, yeah, he's somebody that they obviously want to be one of the next top guys." So
Yeah,
I'm
they've been
not
hiring.
shocked. I'm not shocked by what position Carmelo's in opposed to what Braun Breaker's in. Both guys are great. I just, when it comes to the main roster, you just know there's a ceiling for certain people. So when certain people like Sol Ruka, Zarya, Jada Parker, all these people come up, I don't really know what they're going to be doing on the main roster opposed to what they're doing in NXT. They may go after a championship here and there, but after that, they could be right where Julia's at. Julia was great in NXT, and she got a title, and she's non-relevant to the roster right now.
They need vets to be able, like Candice LeRae, to be able to build stories with. Like some of these young women can come up, have a nice story with a Candice LeRae, where you don't need a title, you don't have to do anything. You can show them on TV and establish them. And that's the like Malik saying. If you just call these people up with nobody to do a story with besides the World Championship, not everyone's going to win. So what happens when they lose?
Let me
A lot
read
of
you,
them-
let me read you this tweet that I found yesterday because it sort of puts into words everything I'm trying to say. So they quote tweeted an interaction with Nick Aldis interacting with Javon Evans when Nick Aldis said, "Stay in touch. There may be a big future for you on SmackDown." And then they quote tweeted it and said this. Last night, SmackDown attendance was down about 5,000 seats from the last time WWE ran the same venue in February. Cody Rhodes once wisely said in an interview that the business dies when you stop making stars. Necessity is the mother of invention. Whether it was the original plan for Javon Evans to be on SmackDown or not, this is something they have to turn to immediately because they need an injection of life, youth, and a new face that can make an immediate impact and inspire fans. That's my problem. If you want us to care about the women's division, you need to give us a reason to care. Tiffany Stratton has ran through everything. We need fresh faces, fresh matchup, fresh challengers. So whether you planned on these ladies being called up at this point or not, it's a necessity at this point that you call up a couple of them because otherwise, why should I care about watching the SmackDown Women's Division at this point?
But watching SmackDown the other Friday, do you think like they're gonna like? Because it's just me. I was thinking about this, but like it might be crazy because of WWE. But like, you think like they're gonna try to like unify the women's US and women's championship with like Julia and Tiffany Stratton?
No.
Nah, it's been too soon. I can see it feels like 2 years of this, but it's been way too soon. And the thing with NXT, I feel like you could bring up women from NXT like a Jada Parker or Sol Ruka to beef with Tiffany Stratton, but the case is not everybody on the main roster watches NXT. So unless they're insanely over down there, I don't really think that's going to do much. It's just going to be another challenger. Like I don't think it's going. You know what I'm saying?
If we're talking about like credibility, if we're talking about or if we're talking about like trying to get her like some fresh challengers. I mean, the only other person that I would say, right, those two are the tag team champions, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Like those and she already faced Charlotte Flair. Alexa Bliss and Tiffany Stratton would be actually kind of amazing.
I've been saying
like,
I think Alexa should be. I think Alexa should beat her for the belt, and maybe we get Charlotte and Alexa at 42. I think that would be gas. Like,
I'm not opposed to that.
They definitely need to fix something up because they definitely need to call some people up. But months and months from now, we're going to be either having a conversation about, well, once again, they call people up and they had no direction for them. So now they're kind of just stuck there doing whatever. So why'd you call them up when you had no direction? Or it's actually going to be a beneficial thing where it's like, all right, the division is actually good again. But
you saw the same thing, Mo?
I would rather have that. I would rather have that conversation than me sitting here in 6 months having the conversation of, oh, well, Tiffany Stratton's still champion and hasn't had a good match in 6 months. Sure wish they would have tried something else 6 months ago.
I mean, these superstars, a lot of times y'all want them to bring them up, but at the same time, like Malik was saying, if they bring them up and they don't do nothing, a lot of times they get released. So I'd rather leave them down there and let them develop and bring them up when the time is right so they could do something positive rather than them up, do nothing and get released. Because a lot of the times that's how they end up getting released.
That kind of logic is like, why would you ever step outside your front door to go to work because you might get run over by a bus? I mean,
am I lying though?
I don't think you can base your decision on what may or may not happen. Releases are a part of the industry. I mean, it's been proven in the past that even the most successful performers or people who haven't even had a chance to really do anything you can get released without even having a chance to really make an impact on WWE. So I don't know.
An example is Dakota Kai. That's a
so
prime example.
yeah. So I don't know. It's just if I'm a performer, I would rather be given the opportunity to try and succeed on my own merits, and if it doesn't work out, fine. I'll figure out my life after that. But cuts are just a part of WWE, and this has been a thing for well before TKO. So,
I love y'all. That's all I'm
make
saying.
decisions based on that.
Yeah, like I said, there's people that you can tell on NXT that you have at least high hope will be utilized on the main roster. Like once again, Melo and Braun, Stephanie and Julia. I'm not surprised where either of them are at right now. I always felt Stephanie was going to be the bigger star. She was somebody that they were going to use like as a top star. Julia is kind of up in the air, which is kind of crazy to say, but she's really up in the air. So, I mean, you just don't really know unless you take the chance. Obviously, you take a chance, it could work out, it may not work out, but my gut is really telling me, I mean, they could call up some of these women, but I feel like we're still going to be stuck in the same spot we're in right now. I don't really think that's going to change.
What's crazy about like Stephanie and Julia, like what they did in NXT, I thought that was going to be like the John Cena and Randy Orton type thing for like the women, like the way they the way they like meshed together and like the way that they was like real high on like Stephanie and Julia fighting and like them getting the championship, them unifying the title. Like they put very like they put a lot of stock into both of those women. So I thought that Stephanie was like Stephanie and Julia were gonna have that dynamic, but I mean it's night and day as you can clearly see.
I also just want to say, Malik, there's a difference in saying I'm okay with giving that a shot, but I'm not sure that it's going to work versus I don't think we should try that at all because all these negative things may happen. I just think that when you delay taking chances, that's when businesses fail. Not that WWE is going to fail, but right when they've partnered with ESPN and have become more globally recognized than they ever were is a pretty poor time to stop taking risks, is all I'm saying.
No, I think for me, they have to show me that they're actually going to do something before I can visually believe that they will. Like they haven't shown me any reason to think that whoever they call it from NXT is going to change the division. They just haven't.
Yeah.
They can barely use the people that they're using right now, and the roster is not even bad. They just choose not to use it. So calling people up from NXT, it could work. I'm not saying it won't, but they haven't shown me any reason to believe that it will.
But if you're not going to use the people that you have, okay, then trade them. Send the people that you don't want to use down to NXT. And bring up different people. I mean, it's not like these people sign contracts to stay on the certain shows. I mean, they go wherever WWE wants them. So I'd rather those people they don't want to use or can't find a story for before, to Mar's point, they get released. Just go down to NXT and put in some work, and let's call some other people up and give them a chance. I just think that sitting in misery with people that you don't want to use and then traipsing Tiffany Stratton out there every 3 weeks to fight Jade Cargill and Nia Jax is just not the answer.
I also feel as though like, oh no, go ahead, continue.
No. The only other thing I was going to say, and by the way, if you're going to keep putting Jade Cargill out there, just put the fucking strap on her. I mean, what? At this point, like,
I also feel as though, right, like there's certain women in NXT that shouldn't have started in NXT. Like, you got Jordan Grace and Mariah May. I don't think it should start in NXT, honestly. Like that, they could have definitely started on the main roster and been perfectly fine, right? And then you have women who could benefit going back down to NXT on SmackDown, so like you can free up that space and have that balance of division because obviously the Raw Women's Division and SmackDown Women's Division are literally night and day. Like the Raw Women's Division is easily better, like clearly better. So it's like you could use something like that for SmackDown.
And one thing that one thing that also we could talk about that Triple H does that I've seen people in the comments talking about, maybe that people feels too repetitive, is the long-term story booking for a lot of stories, or
Oh yeah,
quote unquote waiting to pull the trigger for certain people.
That's
You know what I mean?
stalling.
I feel like long-term storytelling is good when it's done right. You know what I mean? When it's done right, then it's good. But not everything has to be long-term. Like, listen, why has LA Knight not been something
3
bigger
years,
than
bro.
what he is right now?
3
Like,
years. It's probably going to be more too.
yeah, like he keeps
It's-
saying people we gotta wait, you be patient. Okay, but it's been
Yeah.
like 3 years, bro.
Good
How long
things
we gotta
come
wait?
to those who
He's
wait.
not a young guy
Bullshit.
either. He's already in his 40s. So like, how much
In
longer?
that
we gotta wait?
regard, that's where Triple H and Vince McMahon are the very same. Like Triple H
Yeah.
Triple H just masked it behind its long-term storytelling. Like we know that you just don't have anything for him. Like
Well, and
that's-
I don't blame him though, because think about all the other people that we wanted to be over and all the other storylines that this man came up in. Everybody wanted Roman to stay champion, and LA Knight was coming up, so he couldn't do that. Everybody wanted Jay to win, so he couldn't do that. We wanted Cody to win, so he couldn't do like. It's a lot of people. Like I feel like we all want a lot of people to win at the same time, but it's no way all these guys are going to be winning at the same time. So it's kind of like
They did it.
Yeah.
I think that didn't they do that a lot in like the Attitude Era? Like they had like a bunch of top stars and like they just flip off the championship.
There was like 11
Yeah,
top
now, was that-
champions in 1 year.
I'm saying like
And
now is
you had
that
Triple
now
H,
is that
Stone Cold, The
good
Rock.
booking
They
or like
do that.
beneficial? No, but
Heaven is
I mean
Christ.
you could kind of do that.
they did, but I'm saying I feel like sometimes that's just like fuel in the fire. Like if they would have just gave LA Knight the champion, just like they just did with Jay. We wanted Jay to win, they let him win, then they let Gunther choke him out, and everybody was pissed off. What if they would have did that with LA Knight? Then it's like, oh, you just let him win just because, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
But
I would've been
then
fine with it.
with that though, like you can flip out the momentum. Like what if Jey Uso got beat by LA Knight for the world title? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
Yeah,
and
it's
like
just about
LA
how
Knight
you
could be by somebody else. You know what I mean? So
I feel like this you could bypass the first 2 years, like him not winning in 2023. You give it to Priest, okay. I mean, you want to build him up a little bit more for the U.S. Championship, cool,
Yeah.
fine, right? Last year, it could have been him, but he wanted to do it for the Drew storyline, whatever, fine. But this year, like he could have got that over Seth Rollins. If we're
oh,
being
for sure.
honest. Like, he
I
could have
think
got
he
it.
should have won this year. Yeah.
If there was any Money in the Bank that he was a part of all 3 years, this year could have been.
This was the
it
year.
Could have been the year. This would have been the time to do it.
This was the year.
The Money in the Bank should never go to any character who, in storyline, it would be believable for them to walk up to the GM and say, "I want a title match," and get it. And Seth Rollins, if you turned on Monday Night Raw and he walked up to Adam Pearce and said, "I want a title match," and he said, "Okay, you know what, Seth, you got it," you'd be like, "Yeah, you know what, that checks out because it's Seth Rollins." The Money in the Bank should always go to somebody who, if they walked into Adam Pearce's office in character and said, "I want a title match," and
You need to earn it.
he said no, you'd be like, "Okay, you know what, that tracks." And listen, Durag Jade's already gone off on Money in the Bank. Durag Jade's already gone off on Triple H's ass with his "you got to be patient" to us. So I'm not going to waste any more time with that shit. All I'll say is that there's been several instances over the past 3 years where the iron has been hotter than it's ever going to be, and Triple H doesn't strike it. And to Marin and Josiah's point, I don't care if it's a transitional championship reign. Like Jay, I think that transitional championship reign for Jay was exactly right for him, honestly. Because we're already seeing with the live crowds that the energy has turned with him a little bit, and I think that's why they're starting to pull him in the Roman Reigns direction, because I think they saw that energy dying a little bit. So even if you want to say, all right, the iron is hot, we don't expect it to stay hot for long, but if this can drive ratings, and if this can sell T-shirts, and if this can make the children happy, which we say is what they're trying to do, then damn, just let LA Knight have it for a pay-per-view or two. I mean, ultimately, you get it back to Seth before Mania, and your plan plays out the exact same way. What's it going to hurt? I mean,
LA Knight is, if you don't do something with him to pull the trigger, he's gonna fall into the what if category, the Braun Strowman category, the Rusev category,
Rusev
the
Day,
Shayna
yeah.
Baszler category, where all these people were hotter than ever at one point, and they could have been something. And nobody's saying that these guys will be like main event level top
They're
face
not
of
gonna
the
be
company
Stone Cold.
stars, but like when you have something special with certain people, you should be able to use them. You know what I mean?
My
It's
last
kinda
straw is
like-
Rumble or Chamber. If he doesn't win either of those two, I officially give up.
Oh,
I
he ain't
feel
winning
like
that.
at this moment, it's either he's got to win the world title or it's nothing. So
It
I
should have
think
been
he
done
can
in
still win it.
2022. That was, but
No.
yeah,
that was too early. But I think last year, like
Yeah,
everyone
that
was
was
saying,
too early.
was a good time. I believe at this moment, he is going to win the Rumble. That's my thought process, because I just feel like he's been up, progress up. It's like, okay, he was feuding with the world champion. He's still kind of treated like a main eventer. Are we
Right.
going to finally pull the trigger with him? I don't see anyone else who it's like, all right, let's fully send it. I think LA could use it. I think you can get the title off of Cody Rhodes and to someone like a Drew McIntyre. And it's like, you know what? Let's throw a chance out here. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But you got to start doing that. You got to get the world title to someone else besides Cody Rhodes, who doesn't necessarily need it anymore. And it's like, all right, let's see what happens.
But if LA Knight was to become the champion, I think it would be the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't think he's
Yeah.
gonna take the
He's-
WWE
I don't
title.
see him
Yeah.
You could take a
LA
chance
Knight
on
I'll
the
beat it.
world
Like
title.
Cody Rhodes is the guy. LA Knight won't be the guy. He'll
LA
just be
Knight's
another
not
guy.
Cody Rhodes for that belt game.
I didn't say
Yeah, whoever beats Cody is gonna be like somebody that they
Randy Orton.
really want to use, like
should be true.
somebody that's gonna be featured a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like in
McIntyre.
top spots. I don't think LA Knight is that. They haven't shown that he's gonna be somebody like that. Like he'll get the world championship like Jey Uso. Like, all right, we appreciate your hard work and dedication and you getting over, but we're just kind of giving it to you just because we kind of really have to, because the fans are asking for it, not really because.
Well,
we
if
want
Drew won and then LA beat Drew, you don't think that's possible?
it. No, I don't even see that, honestly. I'll be honest. Because Drew has been featured more in high profile feud stuff. Like they've shown a value for Drew. It's just when it comes to Drew winning the championship, there's always been like other stories that were overshadowing it, or the time wasn't right for certain things, or he had to put other people over to help benefit them. But for LA Knight, I kind of see like it being a Jey Uso thing, like transitional. So there are certain people that they give championships that are transitional that fans are asking for, but they never really wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like if Daniel Bryan hadn't got so over, I don't know if he would have really got that. You know what I mean? Like his
Oh, he would've-
popularity is what really got him there.
He
Jeff
wouldn't-
Hardy, don't know if he would have got that. You know what I'm saying? If the fans hadn't really like said, hey,
Nope.
we want Jeff Hardy in that spot. You know what I mean? Like give it to Jeff Hardy. Jey Uso's the same way. Jey Uso for sure would have never got that if he hadn't got so massively over with Eat and everything. So there are certain people that WWE always know that they want. They always know who they want, but they always have to make a balance of who the fans want as well. And who they always want is always going to overshadow who majority of
So,
the fans want.
Let me point out a recent example though where that's not always the case, Malik, because you're right. Sometimes certain
Always,
people
but majority.
can't go over. Well, I know, but I'm saying, let me just point out an example to counter your point, because I think this is going to fire Josiah up, and I want to see it. Who is standing in the way right now? What tag team does WWE care so much about that they couldn't have properly capitalized on the New Day's heel run? Because they fumbled it. That thing is fumbled. It's been fumbled. It's gone. So, I mean, what? The War Raiders? Is that who WWE cares so much about that you couldn't make the New Day a memorable heel, a memorable run, as memorable as the turn itself? It's just sometimes they do it, and then you're sitting and you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting, and that shit just never happens, and there's no obvious reason. Those are the ones that piss me off, Malik, because I understand that most of the time there's just things happen at the wrong time. I get it. But in a situation like this, where there's nobody WWE is obviously married to in that tag team division, the Judgment Day won the titles and then went and fucked off in catering so they could do Dominic Mysterio's storylines. And I love Dom Mysterio. That's not the point right now. But and then you have just a storyline with the New Day where Xavier's hat just gets bigger every week. So I don't know.
more in the tag division.
The fact that they had maybe the second hottest heel turn of the entire year next to John Cena, and then this is what they choose to do with it. It's just mystifying. It's mystifying to me.
Yeah, it's just it's a weird balance. I do feel like the long-term booking is something that doesn't have to happen with everybody. You know?
Right.
And there's no shame in pulling the trigger fast or doing things quickly. You know what I mean? Like not everything has to have a long-term build to it. There are certain things that definitely could benefit from it that are useful, like the Cody finishing the story. Okay, that worked out in WWE's favor. That was huge, big stuff. But that's like catching lightning in a bottle. You know what I mean? Not everything is going to turn into that if it's done right. So New Day's heel run, obviously, yes, they got messed up for whatever reason. We'll never understand and never know, because the fact that they completely botched that is beyond me. But I mean, I don't know.
It's a strike while the iron's hot type of situation, because I mean, yeah, the New Day had one of the hottest heel turns that year, but when you look at the competition that they had in the Raw tag team division, what could they possibly do, right? cool. You could have had the New Day and the Judgment Day, but that was pretty much the only other team that was really credible for that. I mean, like there's you could only do so much. It all falls on booking. Like, you know, like you got to face who's in front of you. Like I think somebody said it in the chat. Like they had the New Day face Rey Mysterio, and like Rey Mysterio beat him in the first match. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just shit like that where it's like who do you have that the New Day can go up against? And
that's another problem they need to fix, Josiah. When they do the next draft or shakeup or whatever, when they ultimately send half the Raw women's roster to SmackDown to fix that, they need to send half the SmackDown tag division to Raw, because Raw's tag division is almost as bad.
Honestly, I'm kind of I think Mo might have made a video about this. They should just end the brand split. I mean, the brand split hasn't been a thing.
See, I didn't want to.
The brand split hasn't really been a thing because anybody can still go wherever they want. But I feel like they should end the brand split, or at least if you're gonna have a brand split, maybe
stick to it.
There's too many championships. Because I would say
I was going to say, if you do the brand split, if you end that, then you're basically ending the championships, right? Like you're ending the WWE Championship, you're ending the World Heavyweight Championship.
See, if they could make it work, if they hadn't had so many titles, you could have the champion go on both brands. And they have too many
on that video. On that video you're talking about, Aiden, I think you're muted. On that video you were talking about, someone in that comment section mentioned something that I like. If they were to do a soft brand split where you keep your champions on that show on the show, and then anybody can go, anywhere, that could work. Because I think the roster, when you look at the WWE roster as a whole, right?
But aren't they kind of really doing that right now, though?
That's the problem is they're insulting my intelligence by calling it a brand split. That's my other problem too. And then for certain divisions, the SmackDown Women's division, they're sticking to that depth that is ass. Despite when my problem with the draft, especially in the last few years, it's always SmackDown that gets the short end of the stick, where they get a very weak roster compared to Raw. SmackDown's depth has been a problem since they drafted last year. It sucks. It is bad.
It's always been like that.
It ruined Bayley's title reign.
I don't think the concept. Yeah, and I don't think the concept of a brand split is bad. It's the fact that I don't know where they lost the plot since 2007, but they've completely forgot how to do it.
There used to be a good if you go back to the Ruthless Aggression era, when they did the drafts 2005, 2007, 2008, stuff like that, they had a good balance of their stars. Raw majority of the time would have Shawn Michaels, you have Triple H,
John Cena, Randy,
John Cena, you have Chris Jericho when he was there. Jeff Hardy was over there at one point, and then SmackDown could have the Undertaker,
Batista.
I think there should be like a certain theme, quote unquote, for like both shows. Like on Raw, if you want to see like the main eventer, like you want to see like people like CM Punk and Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Monday Night Raw has that. But if you want to see like people like who like aren't on that level, but like they're just as good on SmackDown, plus added with like maybe SmackDown could have like that could be the show where you have like amazing matches on there where it has like nothing but like technical like raps. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like SmackDown would be like the
2016 pretty much.
Exactly. Like SmackDown would be the show where you have the matches and then you also have like the stars on it. Raw would primarily be like heavily storyline based where you see big stars, right? Like I think if they have like a theme for both shows, I think it would be a little bit better.
Like land opportunities.
I agree.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, SmackDown was always looked at as the B show, right? So in WWE's eyes and shit. So I feel like that could be.
They still treated it better back in the day. Like now, it just feels like a fucking C show leaning on a fucking D+.
Yeah, that is true. I just feel like it's too many it's too many superstars for them to cut half the championships, and it's too many of them for them to end the brand split. I feel like they wouldn't feel as important if they ended the brand split and got rid of half the belts. Like, we complain about people not getting opportunities now. It's going to be crazy.
That would be a problem. Yeah.
It's going to be crazy if they take away half the championships. It's going to be crazy.
What they can do is have a brand split, right? But not everyone's a part of it. You have to have your top guys, maybe some of their contenders. Then the rest of everyone, it's like, do what you want. Whatever you need for the booking, you send them to this show, you send them to this show. Some of your lower mid-card talents, and they can just go F around, maybe compete for the IC title. Then next week they're on another show for doing a tag match. keep it consistent, keep moving. I feel like your world champions, they gotta stay doing their own thing, but everyone else, B-Fab could be going to Monday Night Raw and doing a random match where she's not used on SmackDown because nobody's caring to see B-Fab versus Julia.
I think that's part of the problem, though. Like, I get what you're saying. I think that's part of the problem because if the brand split don't feel important, nobody really gonna care about it. Like, they should have a draft, and whoever get drafted to that show, you should stay over there. Because I remember, like, back then, like, even in the WWE games, if you was from Raw and you showed up on SmackDown or vice versa, it was almost like gang warfare. Like, you
It's taboo. Yeah.
You was not from over here. What is you doing over here? And I think that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they should bring back the Survivor Series, Raw versus SmackDown, or even the bragging rights, PLE. Like, that makes stuff juicy. Like, what is you doing over here? You not from here.
Just look at Survivor Series 05. Just look at that. The tension between both brands felt real as fuck, and it
Just-
kind of was.
Just
Now
like when,
that shit don't matter.
just like when AJ Styles like showed up for like that. I think it was to TLC. Like when he faced Finn Balor, and like
2017.
it showed up.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that was crazy because like AJ
Yeah.
Styles was primarily a SmackDown guy. Like
Yeah.
AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I was about to say it's not
It
like
felt
they
wrong.
haven't done it recently. I mean, you guys. I remember when the Shield showed up to SmackDown and the New Day acted like the military had just showed up to take them down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so they've pulled it off recently. Now, is that something they're going to do nowadays? Like maybe that's just something WWE has moved on from. Who knows? But I just know that I honestly think that WWE, because 2017 was such a good year for WWE, and 2016 too. I just think that when the brands are at war, I think
about to
that
say, I don't
the
know.
the TV quality ends up being a lot better too. So
2017 was, 28
It
now.
also needs to feel
Raw was
even. You
alright.
can't do a brand.
It seemed like it primarily got worse year by year. Like 2016 was good, 2017 was okay, 2018 was
SmackDown
bad, and then
sucked in
2019 got really bad. Like
Yeah.
2022 was great. I had no issue with 2022. That was Triple H booking as well. I had no issue with
Yeah,
that.
especially that second half. Oh,
Yeah.
That was Vince
Yeah.
McMahon
man.
booking.
Second half.
They said Vince McMahon.
This is a good point too. The writing room also I think needs
Yeah.
to change. I feel like they have too many old guys in the writing rooms.
Me and Johnny talk about that all the time. Bruce
I think
Pritchard,
you-
Michael
you-
Hayes, they gotta go. It's time.
Road
They're
Dogg-
done.
Vince guys
Hair's
gotta
going
go.
out.
Yeah,
they're
that Vince
bald.
guys gotta
It's
go.
over.
I can't stand him. I
Road
can't
Dogg
stand him.
bot. He needed to go.
I feel like
Road
even
Dogg
if
needs
you
to go.
if you have the Bruce Pritchards and the Road Dogs, you need more of also a younger core who are more tuned in with just how the younger audience is.
You need
Social
people below the
media.
age of 30.
You need more women in there too, because they only had one woman like in the boardroom. Like you need
That's crazy.
you need a mixture of different people in there. It's okay to have the OGs in there because they're gonna have their own perspective and takes. So cool, but you also need a younger core in there too, who's able to tap in more with the younger generation. You need to
Right.
figure out a different balance between both. If you just have it one-sided for people of the past, it's not really going to be perceived well majority of the time, opposed to if you have it kind of meshed together. That's one of the things that I definitely feel like they need to do is change that boardroom.
I saw a Twitter thread one time where someone did a thread of all of the worst booking decisions that have been made since Road Dogg was announced as one of the writers. Like, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
He
I
booked
love-
2017
I-
SmackDown, so that's
I
all
love.
need to know.
I just love that he knows, like, because he made a video. He's like, "All right, no, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go kill SmackDown." Like, I'm just like, "Yo."
So he knows he's not good at
Yeah.
his job. Salute.
Yeah.
But being self-aware doesn't excuse you from it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So you know,
it's so funny though. It's just like I think
He booked the
definitely
Punjabi prison
knows.
again. Fuck him.
He definitely knows.
Fuck him. Fuck him.
Hey man, he might
He
have been
ruined SmackDown in 2017.
pouring
Fuck him.
out some of those going vintage. Punjabi prison. Yeah,
Also, he was behind that gender and shit.
we've never got.
Yes,
that
he was
video game
behind
that they
SmackDown
thought
as a
bring it
whole.
back in real
He
life.
was behind
When-
gender, calling
that
shit,
SmackDown
knocking more
crash,
than
yeah,
that
that was
racist
him.
shit. Hey, yeah, nah, I ain't gonna
Uh-huh.
lie.
Uh-huh.
Crazy.
Hey, he's fried. That
He
nigga
ruined
fried. I ain't
SmackDown.
gonna lie.
Fuck him.
So what are
Love him
is
in
there
New Age Outlaws, though.
is there anything right now about the new generation that you can say anything positive about that you've liked so far? Anything that you've seen that's like, okay, I don't mind that. That's
Yeah,
that's the
I think bringing back AJ Lee is pretty positive to me. I mean, that's a pretty big one.
yeah.
I think that's. I don't know if that has to do with 2K. I don't know if that has to do with TKO. I don't know. I would say that's pretty positive. We've been wanting that for a long time, and I think that's the most positive we can
bring
get right
back.
there.
AJ Lee's a good one to bring back. That's
one
a
of
really good one.
one
That's
of
a really
the
good one.
I think
I
one of
cried.
the bright spots. I have been becoming a real big fan of Stephanie Baker. I think like
Yes.
the way that they're booking her and like the way that they're presenting her, I like that because they're like creating a new star for the women's division. So yeah, no, she's been a fan favorite of mine. Along with Io Sky. I think that she's pretty good as well. She's been incredibly over, and like that's another one that they're pushing to be like one of the future women stars. So I mean, but then again,
I already got hurt.
They got it. So
I thought what you were doing with Kevin Owens and reestablishing him as a top guy, and I thought this year was going to be amazing for him. It started off great, and then he got hurt. It was just like, damn, because I thought he would be a big player in the Cena retirement tour, even with Cody and his title reign ending. I thought Kevin Owens was going to be, I thought he was going to be WWE champion at some point this year, and then it was just like, damn, now we got to go back to Cody. And it's like,
I have also
everybody.
been a fan. I think this is an underrated part of the year. I have been a fan, quite honestly, a surprising fan, because I thought this was going to be a disaster. But I think the way they've handled the AAA partnership has been really good. I feel like the AAA shows have been really true to form and respectful.
Super entertaining.
I feel like you get enough WWE guys in there to freshen it up, but still have all the guys at Psycho Clown. Obviously, somebody WWE would never book on their own shows, but
yeah.
But so yeah, I honestly I am okay with Dom winning the AAA title just because of all the reactions that he's getting when he does those shows. So yeah, I'm honestly I'm a fan of how they've handled the AAA partnerships and how they've done those shows this year. I think
WWE's also made me a big fan of Dominic Mysterio too. Like over like this past year, I've become like a way more bigger fan of Dominic Mysterio.
Dom just got better at his job, bro. He got
really
better.
did, bro.
He got a lot better. He got a lot better.
He just got better.
Once he was able to step out of the Rey Mysterio shadow,
he's not even 30, right? Like he's
he's still
young.
he's still super young.
He got time on the clock.
He opened up the layers of his stuff, but I like what Jay said. I like the AAA partnership. I've been liking the shows they've been having, the superstars they've been showcasing. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Y'all can say what y'all want. That El Grande shit, I'm a fan, bro. That shit working, bro. That shit
starting to get to the end of it. I'm not gonna lie, it's starting to get bad.
It's different from what they presented in AAA opposed to what it is in WWE.
But
in AAA, he's one of the most over guys over there in Mexico, bro. Like they love El Grande Americano.
You want to see over?
If you're talking about just Ludwig, I'm with you.
Yeah, we don't know who the first.
When we're talking about the other two, aka Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, who are responsible for a takeover classic
what do you mean?
That you fucking wasted.
What do you mean? There's only one.
Outside of the Ludwig part, we good.
No, hold on. How do we know what we're?
Omos,
how do you know?
I'm telling y'all.
Allegedly, we don't know.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. But how do you know it's Ludwig, bro?
Yeah. How do you? Yeah.
Bro, sometimes can I just say sometimes? Can I just say? Hold on. Sometimes kayfabe is better off dead. Let me just say that. That's number one. Number two, I think the difference with the Grande character for me, and let me just start off by saying Chad Gable is the most underrated wrestler of our time. But I feel like the way he was portraying the character felt a little bit offensive to me. With Ludwig, I think he respects the character more, quite frankly. I think because he recognized if I don't play this character, I'm going to live in catering. And I think he recognized that, and he took it really seriously. And I think that's been the difference. Now, did they need to add Grande twins and use two of the best British wrestlers of all time? And no, they didn't need to do that. I'm not really even sure. I'm not even sure what they're trying to accomplish here. I can't see the vision. I can't see the
Americano family, Cal style.
So it's just.
It gets me wondering and curious of like whenever they bring Chad Gable back, whenever he comes back, what are they gonna? Is he still gonna be El Grande Americano? Or is he just gonna be Chad Gable? Or is he just? Are they gonna do like they're gonna do the Spider-Man meme and they'll be like?
I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna
Like,
be
you know what I
American
mean?
made. I think it's gonna be American made versus the El Grande. I think it's gonna
Okay,
be like
okay. So that
I forgot about them.
family kind of thing.
I mean, they're probably gonna have to. They're probably gonna have to now because
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be the shield of the Wyatt and the Wyatts of our time? Is that what that's supposed to be?
On
Yeah.
God, it is, bro. On God, it is.
On God?
What? He said, "Oh, you put on my
On
Lord,
Omos,
excuse me."
baby.
Put 'em
I
on.
feel like that's probably the direction they're gonna go into now. Because obviously that probably wasn't the plan at
Oh, man.
first, but now there's no way they can not have Ludwig do this anymore, bro. He's too good at it. Like it's
Facts. But I'm
it's
okay
too
with
good
him.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is Ludwig's gimmick now. This is Ludwig's gimmick.
yeah,
In
like
fact,
they can't
belongs to
go
him.
back. They can't go back to what they were before, which is probably not a bad thing. But even adding allegedly Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate. Yes, they don't have to be in this group and they could be doing their own thing, but they weren't doing shit before this anyway. So I mean,
that is-
Which is a problem to me.
I feel like they might do like
it goes back to what we talked about before, like calling people up. They don't have plans for them. They just sitting there. It's better to do nothing than to sit and catering. So
y'all. Hey,
and
y'all
I feel like this is gonna work
Sin
though. I feel like months from now we're gonna talk about this El Grande shit. Like this is one of the best things they got, honestly, and it's crazy.
I hope so.
That's kind of.
I don't think so. I don't think
it's all
so.
good.
It's not even working right now.
Sin Cara Blue. Hey, y'all remember the Sin Cara storyline? The
Oh,
Sin-
Azul.
Oh yeah.
Azul,
the good
baby.
versus the bad one.
Oh, 2011
Yeah.
was so hard to
When
rewatch.
Yeah.
y'all come back, they probably gonna do that.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
they're probably-
saying, dog.
I
They're
think
probably
they're
gonna,
Oh,
but they had to,
come
once
on.
again,
Hey, man.
once again though, they had to kind of do something like that
Chat.
because the original Sin Cara
The fuck out of y'all.
good. You know what I mean?
Chat, I love
they had
y'all, man.
to
You said God was like on me.
like the original Sin Cara wasn't
Oh shit.
what they expected or wanted for WWE, so they had to switch it to a different Sin Cara, which is why they had to do the Sin Cara versus Sin Cara so they could change it and do the WWE.
What you know about
version.
Sin Cara, man?
Which is
What you know?
crazy considering
God.
how good Mystico is. That's just kind of
Yeah, Mystico good in
You know what?
good
The
in AAA, but
he just couldn't adapt to
God.
the WWE style.
The
That's all.
Grande situation reminds me of the Blue Blazer because there was different wrestlers playing the Blue Blazer every week. But once Owen Hart
didn't know
got
that.
it and Owen
I
Hart
didn't know that.
bought into it, man, that was Owen Hart's character.
I thought he was the
and-
only one this whole time.
No,
That's
there
crazy. I
was
didn't know
there
that.
was different Blue Blazers
There's
leading up
different
to
ones.
that. But then
Okay.
but then once they put it on Owen, it was Owens. Like that was it. And so all it took was the right guy to buy into it.
they can make and realistically, no matter how good you are, this is one thing I think we also have to understand as fans. You could be good on your own, but sometimes you could be given something shitty and make it work and still be like that. Honestly, I think that makes you even better. Like
Yeah.
if Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate and Ludwig can make this work, we're gonna be looking at them like, bro,
Yeah.
they deserve all the credit in the world for this. They're way better at
That's fair.
what people thought they were because sometimes you get something bad and realistically it shouldn't work and then you somehow make it work. You know what I mean? Like it just like Jay said, it depends on who has the gimmick. Some people
So,
can
like-
Man, John
Right.
Cena done dropped another song.
Okay, so like, I don't know if you wait. What?
Word?
John Cena just dropped another song.
What?
That's what it say. Apple
That's
Music.
random.
Never Give Up by John Cena available now.
Oh,
You're not lying.
Don't play it on chat. We can't afford the
I won't. Hold
I
on.
won't,
I need
but-
to.
After this, buddy, you know what I'm doing.
Hey, I just listened to
But-
5 seconds of that, bro. That sounded buns.
Why does album cover look fake as fuck? Hold on. No,
They do.
I'm gonna listen to this.
it's probably a fake album cover or something.
But like, what I was gonna say though, I don't know if y'all like for
Oh my god, I think I know.
TNA?
It's this guy who makes bad WWE music. You can see his at the bottom of the album cover. I think it just
Oh.
happens to use Cena as a thing, technically, but I don't think this
Bro, I
is a
knew that
John
was
Cena
fake.
song.
I ain't
It's just
gonna lie.
He
some
got
Indian guy
everybody.
It sounds like an
remixing.
AI type of thing.
It's an
too.
AI shit.
Right, yeah.
What the fuck
Oh
is
my
this?
He,
I'm so sick of AI.
he got everybody. That's
I was
crazy.
expecting like right now part 2. What the fuck is this?
I don't
Right,
know.
yeah.
Hey,
Right now, part 2, yeah, in 2025. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Anyway.
you could use anybody's voice now for stuff. So
Josiah, what were you
Bro,
saying?
that
man?
Tupac
No, but-
shit you posted,
move on
bro.
from that.
Oh my god.
But in TNA though, like how they did the character Suicide, right?
Mm,
Did
mhm.
y'all think like that's probably what like El Grande is gonna be like now? Like for like the do you think like they're gonna keep on switching out the El Grandes or like is it gonna be one?
Omos should be
Like
on Grande
Doink?
at least once. At least one time, please.
Oh no.
That would be
Nah.
so
Hey,
fun.
hey, to keep up the gimmick, bro. Just have it like have some crazy stuff. Have Omos be one. Have Maxine Dupree be one. Too,
Who is the small
Oh
dude in
my
AAA? I forgot his name. You know who I'm
Wheat
talking
Man?
about.
Microman?
Mike,
No, the really short guy.
Mike-
He's in
Mighty
AAA.
Man.
Microman.
Yeah, him and Omos had to stand off. Get that guy
Yeah.
as Grande Americano if you really want to play that. Everybody can do this gimmick.
Oh,
just like
hell no.
just like have like it would be like
So
that.
a legit joke, making a legit joke out of it. I
They
mean, it
gotta-
already
they
is a
gotta-
joke, but yeah,
They gotta make.
See,
it
I
better.
feel like it's serious now because Ludwig's doing it. If you
Right,
want to make it a
yeah.
joke,
yeah.
If Gable was going to keep doing it, I'd say that was probably the plan
allegedly.
before Gable got hurt.
Yeah.
But now that Ludwig has owned that character, I don't think you can do that.
Yeah, to backtrack from that, I don't think that's a good idea. Just keep it the
His
way it is right
brother.
now. It could make it a serious character like El Grande
Grande
over in
was
AAA.
crazy.
He could be the AAA champion, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like this could really benefit his career and do things. So he can make it work. You know.
I think we're probably going to end up seeing El Grande main eventing versus Mr. Iguana for the AAA title at some
Oh,
point soon.
AAA.
Oh my god, that'd be gas.
It's probably going to happen at some point.
That crowd gonna go stupid, bro.
Oh,
that'll be
Throw
gas.
Dom
Luck
in there,
of this
make it a
generation.
triple threat for the AAA mega title. Throw Dom in
be
there.
far away, man.
That'll be gas. I ain't gonna lie, I rock with that.
What is the AAA crowd's beef with Vikingo, by the way?
Because he beat. Okay, so the backstory is Del Rio is really over in Mexico, really beloved. Even all
Niggas
through
got
all
low
the stuff,
standards.
they really love Del Rio, and Vikingo was the one to beat Del Rio for the title, and then Del Rio obviously can't be brought back to WWE. They won't bring him back because of this stuff. So they took the title off of him once they get the partnership with WWE, and the fans they really fucking love Del Rio in Mexico. So
We got a
Yeah.
good champion now. We're good.
They have no standards. That's crazy.
I mean, because honestly, it doesn't really matter what he did. He's just one of them. That's how they look at it. He's one of us.
That's
Even though
fair.
Vikingo is too, but you know,
Yeah, I was about to say.
this is Del Rio. Is
Well,
more,
they
Like,
look
they-
at Del
they
Rio
probably
as their pride because Del Rio went to WWE, won the Royal Rumble, won Money in the Bank,
he succeeded. Yeah.
main evented WrestleMania. So it
Shouldn't have
They probably look
done
at
that shit.
Vikingo as like a industry plant. That's what it is. Like,
Yeah.
Somebody
That's
compared bro
pretty
to
much what it is.
2015.
Wow, so he's the Dochi of AAA. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's kind of
Somebody
like
compared him to,
he's kind
I
of
asked
like
somebody why they hated him. Somebody compared him to 2015 Roman. I don't know if that's accurate, but he basically 2000.
Yo, Prince DJ, you got jumped? What? What?
Vikingo.
That's
He's pretty hated over there. I ain't gonna lie. He's pretty hated over there. It's
That's
kind of
crazy,
crazy because he's really good, but it's just they love Del Rio. Like Del Rio's like Okada for what Japan was.
Gotta want better for themselves.
Was it
Oh,
was it
child,
was it
no,
Vikingo
no,
in AEW or Ring of Honor?
He did stuff in
Yes.
AEW.
He did stuff in AEW. I've seen
He
a
did
lot of
stuff in Ring
people.
of Honor
I've
as
seen a
well.
lot of people on Twitter call Vikingo the Mexican John Cena because it's kind of that same type of deal. Like Vikingo is the one that the company picked, but he's not the one the fans want. That type of deal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
industry
Well,
plant.
right.
Yeah.
shows
Okay, so
Cena,
I
they
was
just
right.
rejected
I was
him
right.
after. That's kind of
was right.
crazy.
Industry plan, I guess.
Well,
like
he definitely Roman. He definitely Roman in that case.
Yeah,
yeah, kind of. He's kind of like the one that, but he's like really good though, But even
he is really
The
good.
large pup, man.
once again, though, sometimes it doesn't matter how good you are. Just
You said the large pup.
all right. So
That's crazy.
before we dive into other conversations, but while everybody's here, I want to get these on here. I was looking through something for a video, so I wanted to do this on the pod. So this is a little segment we're going to be called "Should These People Be in the WWE Hall of Fame?" Now I was looking through a lot of people in this Hall of Fame, so I'm just going to throw out some names that are actually in here. There's actually one person who's not in here that I'm going to throw out, and then rest of the people are actually in the Hall of
So
Fame.
it's basically because I saw somebody do this for baseball. It's basically Hall of Fame or Hall of Very Good, right? I mean, that's basically what it
It's
is.
just, are they worthy of being in the Hall of Fame? Should they be in the Hall of Fame? Are they
Hall
worthy?
of very good.
Oh, you about to get some Eli Manning's in this bitch. Let's get it.
So, like I said, there's one person on here that is not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. So you're saying if we think they should be in the Hall of Fame?
I mean, I'm gonna name people, and you say they should or should not be in the Hall of Fame. Now, there's one person on here that isn't in the Hall of Fame. I do believe they'll be in the Hall of Fame eventually, but
Oh, so you're naming people that are
that are in the
already.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they're already in there.
And who?
And-
Yeah,
and
do you
okay.
think? do you
so
think it should be?
so besides one individual that I'm gonna name last,
Mhm.
everybody else I'm gonna name is already in the Hall of Fame. You're just
Okay.
gonna tell me if they should be in there or not.
I mean, WWE throws this shit around like candy on Halloween. So God knows who makes it. But go ahead.
Now this is gonna go off what your belief is. I can't tell you
Right.
what you think is worthy of Hall of Fame. So this is going to be what your belief
Okay.
is. So
All right.
everybody, because everybody answer individually, so nobody answer over anybody else. So we'll go in order from Mo all the way to Aiden last. So Mo will go first. So first name I'm going to throw out there, Great Khali. Should he be in the Hall of Fame? Yes or no?
Yes. Good old buddy.
Yeah. Ditto.
Most definitely not.
Bro, he created the Punjabi prison, bro. Nah, me stop.
What the fuck does he do? I'm sorry.
Nah, I don't know. Nah, Great Khali should be in there, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He should be in there.
No, I'm saying no.
As much as the Punjabi Playboy was funny, no.
Might as well throw Kwame Brown in the Hall of Fame.
theme
What is
song
we
was nice
doing
too, bro.
next?
Well, I mean, it's first round.
All right, y'all ready for we just getting started. We just getting started.
Go ahead, Malik.
Snoop Dogg.
Oh God.
Okay, I'm not saying this because I love Snoop, but if we think about who's in the celebrity wing, he's done more than enough compared to everyone else.
I just
Yes, you.
Yeah, if we're thinking about celebrities, yeah.
I despise the celebrity wing just on principle. I don't think it should be a thing, so I'm gonna say no.
No. Nope.
Nah, cause I'm kind of like Jade. I don't think the celebrity wing should be a thing.
That's fair.
I
What do
just
you
got a
think-
question. Who is Snoop Dogg? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well,
I'm kidding.
I have to
I
process
know,
what he
no.
said first. Like I was like,
Yo.
what? Wait,
My actual
you serious
question.
right now?
My actual question. My actual question. What did Snoop Dogg do other than throw someone over the top rope and be a guest star for Raw? Like or guest like did he do anything else?
I'm
He
being
was talking
legit.
about
24.
So,
Mania
mind you,
39, 40.
I mean the
the
match
the-
that
the
Miz
stuff-
that Miz screwed up on. I know that, yeah.
No, hold up. Before to mind you, he got inducted in 2016.
Right.
So the stuff with the Miz
Oh,
and everything
fuck.
that was after he was
Okay.
already in the Hall of Fame. The stuff that he did before that, he hosted Monday Night Raw. He did the stuff at WrestleMania 24. That's about it.
Yeah, no, at that point, maybe not. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No.
That's why I despise the celebrity ring because they just be throwing anybody in there. So no.
Drew Carey in that motherfucker.
Ugh.
Respect Drew Carey?
So, Johnny, what's your answer?
I'm saying
Drew
no.
Carey's great, but
Aiden?
It's not to be. I would say no because if you would look at a celebrity wing, there's other celebrities who have done enough where it's like Bad Bunny and the whole thing. Okay, Snoop Dogg. I couldn't name you one
Sure.
legitimate match that he ever had. So no.
He did walk outside.
Oh,
And by the way, one of these
But does
days,
that-
if they
walked
end
out
up
with
with Bad
such weight,
Bunny
but
in,
does
I
that
wouldn't have
deserve
a
to be in the Hall
problem.
of Fame?
yeah, Bad Bunny needs
But-
to be in that motherfucker.
No problem at
But
all.
somebody like Snoop Dogg, and I just hate the celebrity wing. Sorry, go ahead, Malik.
all right. So let's get into some of these other ones. What about the Bella twins?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of the Bella Twins, but yes, I can't deny. Yeah, they should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I agree. I think they deserve to be in there.
No, I don't.
Nikki
blame
deserve-
Divas, so.
Nikki, sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm
No,
with
no,
you.
no.
I'm
No,
with
no,
you.
no,
everybody's
I
talking
don't-
at once. Everybody talking at once. So go Josiah.
No, I don't glaze the Divas era, so I don't like anybody from that era. So no.
I think there was better choices in that Divas era. So I think, yeah, I'm going to say no.
I don't think any Diva should be in the Hall of Fame, but that's
I
just
think
me.
their impact kind of steers them that direction. If it was separately, I think Nikki might make it. I don't think Brie ever would do anything in the Hall of Fame, but together, their impact, what they did for WWE pop culture, yeah, for sure.
It's
That,
WWE's.
that's
version
my
of
big thing.
the
Is that,
Kardashians.
and I think based on her long Divas title run, I think Nikki would get in on her own. But based on their
You said she's the
cultural
WWE
impact,
Kardashians?
because
It's the WWE Kardashians, 100%.
is my
Yo.
mic on? Hold on, is my can you guys
Yes.
hear me? Okay, sorry.
Hey.
So anyway, just based on because Total Bellas was the first of a lot of WWE reality television. So just based on their cultural impact through that, they should be in. But yeah,
Next ones we're gonna do. What about Queen Charmel?
the fuck?
No.
No,
No.
No.
the fuck.
Hey Mo, where's the sound effect again, bro? Like you need to put that up, bro.
Chill.
You said wait, no. You said what? You said
She's not Kali bad.
She's in the Hall of Fame, so
Has she ever wrestled ever?
TNA.
Yes, WrestleMania 22.
WrestleMania
And one of
22
the worst
against the
WrestleMania
Boogeyman,
matches of all
yeah.
time. And probably bottom 10.
Booker and
He also-
Carmel
he
versus
also-
the Boogeyman.
She also had a match in TNA, which is considered one of the worst.
Oh
TNA
my
matches.
God. Jenna versus Sharpbell.
So yeah, she has had a match in WWE though. Yep. Oh, technically
Hall of
she's had
Fame,
two. No,
maybe.
she had two. She also had a mixed tag match. Her and Booker T versus Kurt Angle on SmackDown. Yep, that happened.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
I forgot about that. Jesus.
Hey,
Kurt
just
Angle-
like how there's
That's when Kurt
an
Angle was talking,
award
huh?
show for bad movies, there should be an award show for like just bad WWE superstars, like the Hall of Shame.
Yo.
Yeah, like Mo said.
Yo,
That's what should happen.
So it's a no.
She's
No,
kind of
for
in the
us,
same
Josiah.
year as
No.
Taker, bro.
Everybody else go. Johnny.
Man, she was a really important character for King Booker.
For 1
know,
year.
Yeah, but no, but
That's
not
the
to be,
problem,
but
yeah.
to be in the Hall of Fame, I'm saying no.
Seems Mickey Mouse Hall of Fame. I'm saying no.
Someone said the match with Jenna was straight up terrorism. Oh my God.
That's one of the worst matches you'll ever.
Ah,
watch.
now I gotta
That
watch
is a
it.
bottom 3 match I've ever seen.
Now I
That
gotta
is
watch it.
bottom
Ain't gonna
three.
lie. Now I gotta watch it.
You
No,
haven't seen it?
It's on TNA
Josiah?
YouTube.
Oh,
I've never
It's on
seen
YouTube.
it.
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
They
Oh,
put it
man.
on
Because
YouTube.
I've never once thought about Queen Sharmell and like watching a match. Like,
Most newest
was-
video.
it was
The
in
worst match of
2000.
all time.
This was in 2009.
9. Victory Road
I
09.
believe.
One of the worst
Victory Road.
pay-per-views of all
It's on.
time.
It's on YouTube, but it's man.
is that Victory Road? Oh shit! Yeah, now I really gotta watch it.
It's
Oh,
one
man.
of the It is one of the worst. One of the worst. I can't even say worst TNA matches. It's one of the worst matches you like in general, like in the history.
It
of
might be
I
the
just-
worst match.
I
TNA's
can't
ever had.
imagine what
Might be.
WWE was thinking putting her in. She had one decent run as a manager for 1 year when Booker was King Booker. Outside, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
But
Need
China's
Mark
still
to make his
winning,
camera
so
on, bro, because we need him for these last. We got two more. We got two more.
Mar W.
Who runs the worst?
W.
Kelly. Oh yeah.
E.
He might have walked away.
Wait, real quick, bro. I looked it up right on YouTube. Why the first comment said? Why the first comment said? If hell exists, these two will be having a never-ending Iron Roman match, and people will be watching it with their eyelids held open.
Oh
Like
my
a clock.
Oh
God.
my gosh.
God.
Golly.
God. Wait, they posted the match by itself?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Why?
That's the first comment I see, and
I
it was
thought they
comment
knew what they were
11
doing.
years ago.
I thought they'd post the whole pay-per-view.
No,
They
it's
knew
just,
what
match.
they
It's
were
just
doing.
that match.
Ass.
It's just that match.
Oh my God.
All right, let's get into
TNA, lock
let's
in.
get into the two more of these. Now, this person is in the Hall of Fame. President Donald Trump. And in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Minus 5 stars. This came up. Okay, I'm sorry.
Wow.
But no, Trump should be in the Hall of Fame. No. If anybody.
Everybody wants time, so Mo, go ahead. Whenever.
No.
Yeah, my political opinions aside, no. Again, the fact that the celebrity wing even exists is a monstrosity to me. I know celebrities are a part of WWE chat. I get it. Some of you have said it. I get it. I'm not 5. I understand. I just don't think you have to have a Hall of Fame for them. So any celebrity that isn't a wrestler, no. Also, he took a worse. Also, he took a worse stunner than Linda McMahon. So
Do I
no.
have the song?
Facts.
I'm kind of with bro. I don't really think why is there anybody but professional wrestlers in a professional wrestling Hall of Fame? I'm gonna say no probably on everybody that's not a wrestler. So no.
Josiah?
Yeah, no. Like I said, I'm with Jade. I don't think the celebrity wing should be a thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same way. I mean, yeah, he took a war stunner. Like I remember watching that. So yeah, I'm gonna say no. Just the sole reason you got to have wrestlers in there. You got in the Hall of Fame. Professional wrestlers should be in a professional wrestling Hall of Fame.
I don't think so. I mean, for celebrities, he did have a high-profile story, but he wasn't a wrestler. It's only one thing that doesn't, deserve you to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. So no.
Yeah, and you know who should be in the Hall of Fame? You know who should have their own wing? People like Fit Finley, who work backstage with the performers. People who work backstage behind the curtain to make the shows happen every single week, and who people like Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins will tell you the show would not run without those guys. If you want to put guys that are in those positions who make the show run backstage, make a wing for the executive wing or the backstage wing or whatever. Get rid of the fucking celebrity wing and recognize guys like that. I would be more than happy for that to happen. But yeah, the celebrity wing is.
But
bum.
also,
I hate it.
we need more referees in there too, man. Like more referees in there.
Yeah,
Any?
Charles Robinson needs
Hebner?
to be in there, 100%. How is Charles Robinson
Yoda,
not?
man, like
Yeah, Charles Robinson.
so
literally,
this last one I'm gonna name. This last superstar is not in the Hall of Fame, opposed to these other people who are in there.
Okay.
Should he be in the Hall of Fame though? Christian.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Easily.
yeah, oh yeah.
I would be okay with Edge and Christian going in as a tag team. I would not be okay with Christian going in on his own.
Really?
No, no. No, I mean, what? So
Wow.
Well, I mean, what accomplishments did he have as a single superstar that make him such a
World
guaranteed
heavyweight
star?
champion.
Multiple times.
You are counting that here naysayer day
Hey,
championship.
see,
as a Hall of
Great
Fame.
Khali's in it.
Orton and Christian had a great rivalry.
They had a great one.
And I
like
said
it
Great
was a
Khali should be
fantastic
named.
rivalry.
So that comes back to my point. No,
Intercontinental
I'm sorry.
Championship reigns. He's
Yeah.
had good success.
Yeah, he had a great career, not a Hall of Fame career. As a tag team with Edge and
You
Christian,
calling him Eli
yes.
Manning?
Sure, if that's the comparison you want to give it. But at least Eli Manning earned the world championships that he had. I mean, that's all I'm going to say. So no,
Fair cook, fair cook,
Christian
fair cook,
Christian
fair
as a single star, absolutely not. No.
If you base it off
Wow.
of who's in there already, I think you got to put Christian in there because there's worse people in the Hall of Fame. And Christian was world champion, like Malik said,
Comfortably
IC
worse.
champion. His feud with Orton was fire. Bro was EC Dub champion. So I think he like if you was to put him in, I say he like a C tier, C+ tier Hall of Famer. I'll put him in the Hall of Fame based off who else is in there.
No, Eli
Zion.
did not.
He's watching this match right now.
I'm sorry. Okay, I was watching.
You're
Jenna
watching the
Charlotte.
match?
bro. I was watching that. Okay, that's bro. Okay, real quick, and now I'll say my answer. Bro, why did Jenna go into like? Why was that her interest, bro? Like, what the fuck was she doing? Like, what was she doing?
I don't
Like-
know, man.
We don't know.
But all right, you said Christian. You said Christian, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if Ed is in there, I think he had a pretty. I mean, I don't think he had as big of an impact as Edge, but I mean, yeah, I would say so. I mean, I say yeah, he should be in the Hall of Fame.
100%. I say yeah, he should be in the Hall of Fame. I agree. If Edge is in there as a single competitor, why can't Christian?
What?
I
Now-
100% agree.
Hold on, let me look at
like,
the whole.
no,
Let me look at who's in.
Like I said, he might not have as big of an impact as Edge, right?
Yeah.
But it like singularly, but right. Like I said, Christian, tag team champion, world champion, mid-card
Yeah.
Tom
champion.
Brady's
That's-
getting to the Hall of
that's
Fame. Why
pretty
not Mark
much-
Sanchez? I mean,
That's
let me
pretty
tell
much
you why.
look, like
I-
that's pretty much the
Mark
bare
Sanchez.
minimum in the WWE to be in the
Right.
Hall of Fame. Like that's
Right.
that's like that's
Right.
successful. That's successful.
I agree.
Put
Yeah,
Lonzo
and to
Ball
be
right
fair-
there next to LeBron James. If LeBron James can get in, put
Hold on,
Lonzo Ball
hold on.
back
Hey, look,
there.
but look.
What are we talking about?
Jay Uso is going to be in the Hall of Fame singularly, and I'm not gonna lie to you. So
Mark
it's
Jerry's
the same thing. Like it's the bare minimum tag team champion, mid card champion, world champion. Come on now, like that's the
You
bare
also
minimum.
look at
Okay.
you also look at like the people that are in the Hall of Fame, right?
I'm not
Some
basing
of
it
these
on
people.
that. I
No, hold
understand.
on. Let me explain this. You look at some of these people, for example, Sting. His WWE accomplishments are non-existent. If you look at Christian's entire wrestling career, especially now that they acknowledge TNA, they might as well.
Oh
put
yeah,
him in the Hall of
yeah.
Fame.
I did.
They
bro.
might as well put him in the
Honestly,
Hall of
I
Fame.
didn't even.
TNA has a Hall of
have
Fame.
that.
Yes, he's in with a bullet.
Yeah,
Even
okay.
if AEW had a Hall of Fame, I'd put him in there today. WWE,
Yeah.
Aiden, what's your answer?
But I mean,
He
like,
is
ahead.
Christian
Wait,
is
so
1,000%.
wait.
definitive. Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm still.
Hold on,
You
let
said-
Aiden go first. Answer
Okay, go ahead.
Christian is definitively a Hall of Famer. You know, the stuff he's done, the length of his career, he has enough. If the Great Khali can
Why
make
he
it, if
acting
other
like it's-
superstars,
but no.
We act like
You're right.
we talk
he
about
has
Matt
won
Hardy.
a
We
world
talk about
championship
Christian.
multiple times,
Oh, Matt
Intercontinental
Hardy.
Championship multiple
He
times.
is not a singular Hall of Famer. Don't get me started.
Jay just said
Yeah,
I
Jeff
would
Merchant.
put.
Anyway,
Jay just said I would put Christian in the AEW Hall of Fame, but yet
that's
he's
how
never.
low the ball is in
He's
AEW.
never won the AEW
That's
World
not-
Championship,
it
but he's
doesn't
won the World
matter. That's
Championship in
how low the ball
WWE.
is in
That's-
AEW.
but the WWE Hall of Fame, the bar's in hell. Queen Charmel, that motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. What do you mean?
Exactly.
And to Mo's point, like they acknowledge TNA now. So yeah, Christian has been all
Yeah,
Hall of Fame.
100%.
I
Like,
believe-
just like how
I
like they acknowledge
believe-
WCW.
Like Sting,
Like,
if we just look
I-
at Sting, he should not be a WWE Hall of Famer. But
I
they count his
believe
WCW
the question was, would I put them in the Hall of Fame? Not
That's
do
true.
I think WWE would? Yeah, yes. Do I think WWE would and probably will put Christian in the Hall of Fame? Probably. But I took the question as, if I had a vote, would I vote for Christian to be in the Hall of Fame? And my answer is absolutely, positively not. No.
Damn.
Doesn't
Is there a
deserve
voting?
it.
Is there even
No.
a voting
And
system?
anybody who says they should, anyone who says that Christian should be in based on what Edge did, that is, I don't understand that at all. If Edge is in, might as well put Christian in. Put them in as a tag team, but Edge's status as a bona fide Hall of Famer main eventer is not in any way contagious to Christian. Christian didn't catch Hall of Fame disease by being in the same room and breathing the same air as Edge. That's not how that shit works.
Hey,
So,
bro,
no, Christian is not a Hall of
But he
Fame.
still has a lot of single success
does.
compared
He
to
does.
somebody that's another tag team that
Shit.
would be considered a tag team merchant like Matt Hardy.
It's not like the
Why?
New Day where Xavier Woods wouldn't make it by himself and Kofi Kingston.
Exactly.
Edge and Christian
Yeah.
have done enough. by
Christian's
themselves.
done enough to set himself aside.
Yeah, because like Xavier Woods would not be Hall of Fame by himself. Like
No.
the only way Xavier
Hell
would be Hall of
no.
Famer would be because the New Day is in Hall of Fame. Like,
Which is a
Exactly.
respectable thing. I'm not trying to disrespect Christian. What he did for the tag team division and what he did for tag teams going forward, that's why I have a lot of respect for Edge and Christian and the Dudleys and Matt and Jeff Hardy for what they did for tag teams and for hardcore wrestling and for all of that. But to say that, I didn't know that's where we were going, honestly.
but has there? But one question though, has
You
there
got somebody on
been
your side,
people,
I guess.
has there been people right that were a part of tag team that were inducted by themselves solely because like they were a part of a tag team, or no?
I don't
Let's look.
think so.
Let's
And I
look.
can't think of any major examples.
Wait,
I
hold
mean,
on.
Harlem
like people were in-
he's in by himself, but
I'm
Stevie
saying, like-
Ray
like-
isn't in by himself.
Like you understand? Like people were like inducted because they were in like a faction, like in a tag team, like they're by
Shit,
themselves.
Tony
Has that
Atlas?
happened?
Nigga,
But
What
listen,
are you talking about?
that circles back to the
Tony
point. I was
Atlas.
answering the question as it was phrased. Would I put them on the Hall of Fame, or do I
Well,
think
yeah,
they
you're
should be
right,
in the
you're
Hall?
right,
My answer is no,
The Commanders aren't bad. They're pretty good.
because I wouldn't put the Great Khali in the Hall of Fame. I wouldn't put Stevie Ray in the Hall of Fame because he didn't do as much as his brother. I wouldn't put Rick Steiner in the Hall of Fame because he didn't do as much as his brother. So, but I put the Steiners in together, obviously, and I put Harlem Heat in together. I put the Hardys in together, and Matt Hardy's nowhere near sniffing the Hall of Fame. So,
This is a
I
hot
mean-
take, but I low key wouldn't put China in the Hall of Fame either. But that's me though.
what the?
That's me though.
What the?
That's interesting.
Huh?
I agree.
We talking
Crucify
now.
me, crucify me.
What?
hey, look.
Mo's
What is-
about to go off.
What did China
I'm too
do
young, I
besides
am
beat
not
on men?
Oh, my
I'm just
bad.
saying.
That's
That's
literally the point. No.
I
We're
don't.
not getting
I
Crash
don't
Out
want my.
Multi. No,
I don't want
no.
my women beating on men. That's all I gotta say. I just don't.
Oh my. Okay.
I'm just
Alrighty,
I'm
alrighty
just keeping it
there.
real. I'm just keeping it real. I mean, if we're like opening it up, if we're opening it up, I mean, I guess I got to spice up the podcast a little bit. So
What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? What
Well,
are we doing, man?
I'm interested to know why China she shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame just solely because of that.
I want to hear the reasoning.
I mean, like, yeah, like she's like impactful, but I mean, I don't. So, so somebody like Bianca Belair is better. So somebody like Becky's better. So somebody like Mercedes.
The Hall of Fame
Mercedes
is not
May's
being better though. It's
like
what your individual accomplishments.
also okay. We're talking about
Exactly.
okay. We're talking about accomplishments wise too. Yeah, Bianca Belair is better. Becky's better. Charlotte's better. Like all the four horsemen are better. Like so.
Yeah,
Impact,
I
impact,
agree.
yes, but I don't think she,
So you're saying because the horsemen are going to make it that China can't?
Well, no, I'm not. I'm
That's
not
your
saying
logic?
that. I'm just saying. Like, I don't. She's like a influential wrestler. Yes. Okay. Cool. But as
But
far
that's
like,
why.
but if we're talking about like accomplishments wise, like you guys said, China doesn't do that. So I mean, like, plus like I
I
said,
mean,
like,
if we talk about
primarily-
accomplishments, Sting don't have a single
primarily-
WWE accomplishment.
but I'm saying like,
Fucking
and also like
Nick Bockwinkel.
primarily, like she was like the enforcer to.
She has an
like,
IC
the
championship
stuff.
brain. Championship brain.
I'm just reading the names here. I'm just reading the names here. I'm
Hey.
sorry. I'm just,
Hey, kill me.
you don't have. They don't have WWE accomplishments. You feel me?
I don't.
I
I
believe
think
As
that.
great as they are.
if I was running the WWE Hall of Fame, and I was deciding who was going into it, I would look at the total picture. So somebody like China, I probably would put in, because even though she wasn't the best in ring, and even though she only won a couple of championships or whatever, I can look at China in the time that she did it, and I can recognize that when China was doing what she was doing, there was nobody else doing it anywhere near her level. So just based on that, if I could write the tablet for her under her picture, I could probably make a Hall of Fame case for
Shit,
that.
Jake Roberts
I
got
don't-
no accomplishments, none. And
So you said,
he's a
well,
Hall of
okay,
Famer.
so you said somebody
Deservedly.
was you said somebody like was doing it like her, but like couldn't that be chalked up to like the competition that she faced, which goes to
Well,
my AJ?
I mean, yeah, but
I mean,
I've
Ivory's in that motherfucker.
I've made this argument on this show
Ivory's in
many
there either.
times over the last couple of years. I don't think it's fair to hold someone accountable for the period that they wrestled in. You can't control when you're born. No one can control when they're born.
Well,
So-
okay, yeah, I understand that, but to counter that point, people always talk about like how like the golden era is like trash and stuff like that, and how like nobody was like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you got people like you got people like Ricky Steamboat or Randy Savage who, you know, were amazing in that era. So I mean, it's not the time period that
Yeah.
you were in. It's about like what you could do in that era and what you did. So I mean, like,
And she
Ricky
did a lot
Steamboat-
of shit.
But
Ricky Steamboat and
Steamboat,
Savage did that, so-
Steamboat and China are apples and oranges. That's what I'm saying. You have to separate.
That's true. too.
If you put person A in the Hall of Fame because they were a tremendous in-ring wrestler, and then you're evaluating China, you can't merge those things together. You have to say person A, Hall of Fame, wall up, that's set. Now let's talk about China, and then you talk individually about the impact that she had on the company and what she accomplished. Because if you start comparing everybody apples to apples, there's lots of people you could say don't deserve to be in there. But if you just evaluate it on a case-by-case basis,
Yep.
I think you could at least make a case. Now, again, do I think she's one of the best to ever do it? No, absolutely not. But if you only put the best to ever do it in the Hall of Fame, that's really a very small class. So I just think there's a case to be made based on her individual career, based on when she did it and what she did when she did it. There's a case to be made. I'm not her biggest fan. I'm just saying there's a case to be made.
It's the pioneer status that she has.
Y'all can sound me up and all you want. I still stand by that shit. So I don't even care about that.
It's the pioneer status she got. That's the thing.
Hold on.
Oh, my bad.
Who are 10 women you put over China?
Team when I put
All time.
over China, all time.
Yeah, just
So-
in WWE.
Uh-oh.
So all 4 the horsewomen, right? So that's 4 right there.
Right.
I would definitely put Oscar over China.
Mhm.
I would definitely
Mhm.
put Bianca over China.
Mhm.
Let me see here.
Throw Trish and Lita in there.
Those 2 as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Trish and Lita. That's what 8. I mean,
I'm putting Rhea over China already. Can't lie.
Rhea-
see,
Rhea
you see,
China.
I was thinking Rhea, but yeah, put Rhea over China. I ain't gonna lie.
Even the EO Sky.
Yeah, yo,
Nah,
yeah.
it's too soon.
No,
She's
I
done
mean-
absolutely
I mean-
too soon.
I
Too
mean,
soon. She's a better
I mean-
talent, but it's too soon.
I don't think so.
I put AJ Lee over China.
yo,
That's
I agree
okay,
with
yeah.
Jaden. I
in
agree with
ring, she's
You-
a draw, popularity, her man.
Yo,
I mean,
wait,
I
wait,
don't know,
you-
man.
you
Someone
put
said Mickey
AJ
James.
But not EO Sky?
EO hasn't done nothing in WWE on the main roster yet. Nothing impactful for me to be like, oh, she's a top 10 talent wise, she's a top 5. But if we're talking about like impact, accomplishments, all that, like she's
I'm
been a
not gonna
2-time
say her
world
act
champion,
like
and,
China
and those
changed the
reigns
game.
are nothing.
I'm not gonna say her act like China changed the game though.
She did.
She did.
She did.
For somebody her size and what she did. Yeah, nobody, like Jay said, nobody was like
We've
her.
never
Like,
seen a woman like China
still
before.
to this day,
and-
we've never seen anybody like her.
yeah,
prob-
like
We
Rhea's the
probably will never
closest
see
thing
anybody
to
like
her.
her ever again. Beth Phoenix might be the
So you just then you just concede at that point.
Beth
that
Phoenix
you
is
said
another one I
Rhea
take
was-
over China though.
You
I would say.
said
yeah,
Rhea-
Beth Phoenix I put over.
Rhea and Beth Phoenix are kind of like China too. So
Yeah, I would take both those women over. But if we're talking about Io Sky. Io Sky as a talent
okay, Yo Sky. Okay, I mean,
is like that. She's like that. Clears China as a talent. But when we talk about like accomplishments, impact, legacy, no.
If you count
You don't
NXT, I
have
think
that.
there's a
Nowhere
lot
near.
of achievement there. I think it just, I mean, I
It's
would
hard
put
to
Io
weigh
over, but I
NXT
wasn't,
because
like, alive.
if we were, my bad, I didn't mean to cut
So-
you off. But if we're including NXT on shit, Adam Cole would be a lot higher on these conversations. Johnny Gargano would
Yeah.
be a lot higher in these conversations. We don't. You know what I mean? So I'm just keeping it consistent. I don't really include NXT in these conversations a little too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, if we include Io Sky's NXT run, maybe she'd be a little bit higher on these lists. but she hasn't really done too much on the main roster for me to be like, yeah, she needed like she's a 2-time world champion, and both those reigns are nothing, which is not all her fault, but
Yeah, well, China was a buff woman that fought men, so I mean, I guess.
But if you're not kind of,
I
you're
guess
saying Asuka's done
that's the Hall of Fame
so
word.
much
I mean,
more
okay,
than
cool.
Io.
Zion is trying to hate me
Because I don't know about
She
that.
hasn't. If I'm keeping it stacked, bro, a Money in the Bank and 2 world championships, beating Rhea Ripley, bro, I'm putting her over China for that. I'm doing it.
Like, what I'm saying crazy? Like, I was go on now, bro. Like, you know
I'm
what I'm saying?
doing
nah, man, I can't do that. I can't
Bro,
do that.
bro, what Aiden said is fast. We talking about Oscar. Oscar haven't done too much more than Io Sky on the main roster. How many world championships?
She has won a Rumble.
Io Sky
Asuka's
won
a
Money in the Bank.
multiple-time world champion.
She won the IC
was
title
Oscar.
as a woman because she had no competition in the women's division. So they
You
had
said
to give
what?
her something. Like somebody said, like she won the IC
But
title,
still winning the
She won
IC
the IC
title as a
title
woman
as
and
a
making it
woman.
believable.
and then like what that ring lasted what like 1-2 days? Did it
It
not?
still happened.
Wait,
I
did
don't
she
know.
get
I
wait?
but I don't think
Did she
they
get
over
did
other
she get
people.
pinned to lose that shit? Or no?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, she had a
Hold on.
few with
Because
Jericho.
last time I
I know she
Jericho
beat
and her
Jarrett
had
at No
a
Mercy,
feud.
but I forgot. how
because
she
like
lost it.
didn't she like losing in like a tag team match or something like that?
I think
I think that was
I
the second
was-
run. I think that was the
Bro.
second run.
She had 2
Bro,
reigns.
I'm not even trying to take her credit, bro. But Vince used to do stuff, bro. I'm not even.
But it worked for the time. We can't pretend like it didn't work for the
it
time.
did. It did. I don't think anyone's disputing that. I think putting her over certain other talents, I can't agree with. I think she should make it for her own attributions, but other like Io Sky has done so much in the ring and achievement wise. Like, all right, I feel like at some level,
Let me look at this.
I agree with more on that one. I would put
China.
Io over China, but I think both should make it.
Io is I mean, that's not a crazy thing to say, but I don't think that takes away from the stuff that China did.
No, I'm not trying to take.
No,
it
like
away.
I said, she's an impactful wrestler. 100%. I feel the same way with Andre the Giant.
Oh,
I
she held it for 56 days.
I think I told Mo this. I feel the same way about Andre the Giant. Like she's an impactful wrestler, right? But I mean, like if you're talking about like people said, like accolades, accomplishments, stats wise, and all that. Come on now,
bro.
Like,
China held 1 women's championship game.
Yeah, that was right before they let her go.
Io
After the
Sky
whole
already.
Triple H debacle.
Io Sky already has 2.
And let's talk about what
China was
happened during those
China was too
reigns.
busy fighting the guys, though. That's why she wasn't a women's champion. She was doing
Exactly.
what she did.
Like her when China won that women's title at WrestleMania X7, like she was gone. She had 1 title defense with Lita, and then that was it. She was out of the
so
company.
she had no women to fight, so she fought the men. That makes my point even stronger. All right.
But that no other woman could have
I'm not
done
putting
that.
that on China. I'm not going to put that against China.
No
I
other
think what
woman
she
could
did
have
with the
done that.
men is what really it did. That's what
No other woman
was
could
so
have done
impactful.
that at that
Yeah,
time.
nope.
Was it intergender wrestling
You gonna
already
put
like
Sable
a
in
thing?
that ring?
Oh no, wait. What
You gonna put
was
Sable
it?
in the ring with
Was it?
Austin?
Hold on, but like I'm saying, like like was it
No.
intergender wrestling already a thing?
Not to that level.
In
not
WWE?
No.
In
Not
WWE?
really.
I'm just saying, like wrestling in general.
Oh, probably.
Like
Yeah,
around
I
that,
wasn't born, I don't know.
around China's prime was intergender wrestling a thing.
Oh, like in,
Already.
in Japan and stuff. Yeah, like they did the stuff.
Yeah,
in
not
Japan,
not
like
in America, I
States.
don't think. Yeah, not in the States.
Not in the States. Because before China, most people were like, in women's wrestling, were like Miss Elizabeth and stuff like that, like managers, valets. You know, they weren't really used like to wrestle.
is it-
'Cause
is
they
it-
axed the women's division before they brought back the title. They axed the championship in the division completely. Like they
Isn't
got
Miss
rid of-
Elizabeth in the Hall of Fame too?
No, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. I thought I 100% thought she was.
I don't understand that one. I don't know why she's not in there.
Is she not in there?
One of the
Are
one of
you-
the
are
greatest
you
managers
sure?
of all time.
Like
not in the
that's
Hall of
what I'm
Fame.
saying. Like I thought
pretty
it
sure
was-
she's in there.
Queen
That's
Charmel
what
made
I
it before
thought.
Miss Elizabeth. Oh my God! What
Wait,
are we
wait.
doing
No,
here?
I'm pretty sure Miss.
I'm pretty sure Miss Elizabeth's in
And
there.
with the logic
No.
that Charmel is in, Miss Elizabeth should be in.
Yeah, I think Miss Elizabeth's in there.
I think I don't know.
No, she's not. I swear to God, she's not.
No, she's
I'll
not.
double check, but
She's
I
not.
I know she's not.
That's
She's not. She's not in there. I just
her
jumped.
only awards and accomplishments is a Slammy Award in '87. That's
Woman of the Year.
Tough.
That's it. She's not a Hall of Famer, which is
That's,
ridiculous.
that's a little
That's-
wild.
That is a little wild.
But hey, it is what it is.
Oh yeah. I could have sworn she was in there.
I
Her
thought
family
so-
don't
I
mess
thought
with
so
WWE. That's
too.
why. Okay,
No.
apparently it's because the family doesn't really like it. That's what. So
Oh,
Yeah.
got you. Okay.
that would make sense. I can believe that.
Then if that's the reason, then fine. If that's the reason, all right. Because otherwise, that shit inexcusable.
Let me see. Oh no, she's
Otherwise, that shit
that's
is
crazy.
inexcusable.
I could have
That
swore
makes
she.
sense
I coulda
though.
swore she
Like
was in
her
there.
family doesn't want
Similar
to
to
be
the Owen
her
Hart
to be in there.
situation.
I get that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then that's fair.
Damn, that is crazy. I could have swore she was.
I thought she was in. I thought she was too. But
If
yeah,
you told me she was in, I
Macho
would have
is.
believed you.
I would have believed it too. That's the crazy
Oh,
part.
yeah.
There's a lot of
Macho
talents who
went in
are in
after
the
he
Hall of
passed.
Fame who are very worthy of it, and I feel like it's a little bit of politicking in WWE. Who you don't, the big name, who's going to make the big appearance at the Hall of
Right.
Fame? And it's a little crazy if you look at it. Like, there's a lot of big card talents who, sure, they might have not done the most, but like they were there for so long and such an establishment in WWE. Like, yo, you could low key be in the Hall of Fame.
I can't believe she's not in there. That's kind of crazy. I figured she would be in there. I was looking at it.
Like, if the Great Khali's in it, put the Hurricane in it, bro. I would.
Isn't
I would
isn't
pop
Jake the
that.
Snake? in the Hall
I
of Fame?
agree on
Yes or
that.
no?
I mean, he's helping
Jake
with a
Roberts.
lot of
Jake,
the company.
that is his only accomplishment in WWE, by the way.
That's so disgusting.
He never won a single title at all.
Not a
So
single
disgusting.
Not
champion.
even a tag title.
Not even a
Nasty
tag
work.
title. Yeah, it's nasty.
Nasty
That's
work.
Yeah,
disgusting.
he was a
One
great.
of the best
He,
talents they've ever had.
yeah, he was a great character though. He was good for
Crazy work.
what he did, but he never never won any championship at all. I don't know if he's actually ever won a title like period, like in his career.
Jake,
No,
Yeah,
I think.
his only accomplishment is the Hall of Fame.
Wait, no. I thought he was in other promote. Wasn't he in other promotion before WWE?
Oh, and other
Didn't
promotions
he
probably.
win?
Yeah.
Maybe he won the Midwestern, territory championship, but
That's
I don't even know if he did that, bro.
Wow. Wow. Let me actually check though. Jake the Snake.
I'm gonna look real quick.
Memphis Championship
Jacob the
Wrestling
Snake up, man.
TV
No, yeah.
champion.
definitely be in the Hall of Fame. 100%.
Jacob the Snake up.
I'm waiting for
Let's
that.
see what you've done.
But like Jake is a good example of you don't have to win championship or accomplishments to make your impact. It's not necessarily required.
Make a point.
Facts. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Like
Well,
when you
yeah,
look at
like-
China, I don't think you're looking at her and be like, "Oh, champion." And that,
No,
I think that's
yeah,
why it's
like,
yo,
if
that's why
we're-
you can be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, yeah, like if we're going on Impact, sure, like you got it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah.
just But I mean, I just personally don't think that it should be based solely off of that. I think there's many other there's many other factors that go into being a WWE superstar to go into the Hall of Fame.
R-Truth will be a Hall of
There is.
Famer. I can guarantee you.
That's why I don't have
Oh,
China
yeah,
top
truth,
10 all
yeah.
time too. That's why I don't have China top 10 all time. But like Impact is a part of the criteria. So it's like I respect her on that level, but like if we're talking about like top 10, I don't put her in there.
Mo,
The Hall
someone
of
say
Fame, she should
R-Truth.
be in
What do
there.
you think about that?
Oh yeah. One
That's
of the
an
best comedy
Impact
characters they've ever had.
Exactly.
So wait, okay, so Mo, who's your top 10 women all time? Like all
No
time.
order. Well, Becky's number one with the bullet. That's just. But the rest, I'm not gonna go in order. Bianca, Charlotte, Trish, Lita, Bailey, Sasha. I've named what 7 so far.
I think so.
Asuka,
Okay.
AJ. Well, I don't no, actually. Oh, Mickey James, I think she gets madly disrespected. I feel like I'm missing somebody that's like an obvious Rhea.
No, okay, yeah, that's yeah.
Reasonable. I want to ask you guys. This is an interesting question. Maybe you guys can go on a little rant here. What's the feel free to go on any rant you want to with this. What's the absolute worst WWE match you ever watched in your life that you would just never? Maybe it's a booking decision or it's just a match in general. Like, go ahead, Johnny.
Undertaker versus Goldberg WrestleMania.
Oh,
That
the one in
was-
Saudi Arabia. You mean Saudi
Yeah.
Arabia?
Oh yeah, sorry, Saudi Arabia. Yeah, not WrestleMania.
Punk.
That was wow.
Oh, was that only 9? My bad, chat.
That was horrible. I was fearing for Undertaker's life and at that point because it was so bad. He kept dropping them on his head and you can see where the concussion started. And I was just like, the wrestling was horrible and I felt bad watching, like having him watching back his match in the documentary, and he was blaming everything on himself whenever he was not at fault. It was all Goldberg, and I hated that. I hated seeing that. And he's just like, "Oh, I'm a mess. I can't watch this. I'm such a mess." And I'm like, "Dude, you did nothing wrong. You were doing your job. In my opinion, you were doing your job. It was your opponent that kept screwing everything up. That was the worst one I had to witness.
That's just sad.
the
That
worst.
documentary, man.
I mean, with my own eyes. I mean, I've seen John Cena get killed by Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. So I mean, I would say that that's probably like the worst of that.
That's a great
that
match. What you mean?
I've seen this dude more right here.
I love that match.
But I say one where like I really said, why am I still watching this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Was when Brock Lesnar faced Kofi Kingston. I think that was when I said, why am I watching this? Like, why am I watching it? And then like the fact that afterwards,
Talked about it longer than it went on.
like the fact that afterwards, like he feuded with Cain Velasquez, who never came back ever again. Like that's just we did it for nothing. Like I'm just like
forgot about that one.
Kobe could have lost. Cool. I got a
that's never
problem.
been my
Cool.
problem
I got a problem. Kobe could have lost, but you meant tell me he couldn't put up a fight against Brock Lesnar. Come on, now, my nigga. Like,
Yep.
No, not even just that. I'm
like,
gonna tag along with that because I was gonna say Taker Gonzalez, but that shit pisses me off even more.
Yeah.
Because not only did you squash Kofi,
Yeah.
because I've said this time and time again. If I had the pen in my hand, Brock Lesnar still would have beat Kofi Kingston on that night. No problem. That's fine, right? You not only after you made Kofi a easy upper mid card main event guy. In the way you built him into WrestleMania, the way you protected him as world champion, right? Not only that, you have him get squashed by Brock Lesnar and then proceed to basically tell Kofi Kingston, know your place by throwing him back in the tag division and then have him act like he forgot, like he was WWE champion for 6 months. That's my problem with that booking.
It's like you build up.
He
You
lost
build
all
up.
his ambition on one in 8 seconds. He lost all his ambition.
You build up Kofi Mania and you made it this massive big thing. Then he goes up against Brock Lesnar, gets squashed, and it's just like goes up and crumbles.
That's-
Kofi Mania.
that's
done.
my thing. Like that's my thing. Like and obviously like it falls on you have to like do it for like the company and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess
Right.
but it's just like there's certain moments where like why would Kofi Kingston agree to do that? Right? Like why would Kofi Kingston
I wouldn't have.
like
I
if
wouldn't have.
I got built up by the fans, mind you, by the fans. I got
I
built up to have one of the greatest Road to WrestleManias of all time, one of the greatest
Mhm.
WrestleMania moments of all time, and I have a 6-month world title reign, right? And like I just have to agree to like I like the pitch was I'm gonna lose my title in 6 seconds. Stop.
I
I'm not
feel
agreeing with that.
like Josiah. I feel like that's where it sucks. Is you're working with the company. You're under contract. You have no say. You have no choice. The boss wants you to do this. You have to say it. You have to do it. And it sucks because that's the worst decision. And so that's where I'm like, man, me personally, I just don't think like obviously Kofi would be pissed off about it. Sure. Yeah. And he doesn't want to do it. Yeah. But what can he do reality? He can't, other than walk away with the company. I don't know, that's
He's
probably
just-
the
he's just
worst.
Too loyal.
Yeah.
Too loyal.
Yeah.
Aiden, what's yours? You're on mute, bro.
Give me day 1, 2022, when Brock won the WWE Championship, and then they eventually went to combine them for Roman Reigns. I felt like that wasn't necessary. It took away from so many different guys who were doing great work. I know Seth Rollins was supposed to win that championship, and I would have been very okay with that. I feel like he could have done some compelling stuff around 2022. Instead, you give it to Brock, to give it to Bobby, to fake injure him, to give it back to Brock. It was a waste of time. It was a shitty booking decision, and it still is felt today. I feel like with some of the missing stories, because it was just Roman Reigns for years when he wasn't even on TV, and you could have had another champion to pick up the slack, but you didn't because he was both champions.
Oh yeah,
So
that
fuck it. I'm a go ahead.
no, I'm saying like that title, like that title match at WrestleMania built to be like the biggest WrestleMania match of all time. Yeah,
Flat as fuck.
yeah, that's
That's
yeah.
why I've said for time and time again, Roman and Brock is a worse version of Cena and Orton. Built up to be this magical, mythical feud, and it's complete dog
That's
water.
disrespectful.
Not
to
saying
Cena
Cena
and
Orton's
Orton. I'm
complete
not
dog
gonna lie to
water,
you.
but
It's
that
disrespectful to them.
overrated ass rivalry.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
but I will
has
say-
Brock and this nigga Mo has Brock and Roman had like a good match ever?
Yeah,
Mania 31.
WrestleMania 31 and SummerSlam. Both are good, passable
Great
matches.
matches. The first match and the last match they had are their only best matches. Everything else in between, yeah.
Oh,
Man.
yeah, the one where he had took the forklift on the ring. Okay, yeah, that, yeah,
Yeah,
that one.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
was good. That was good.
And the Heist of the Century match. That's it.
I remember they had
Yeah.
Steel Cage in Saudi, which I don't remember how good or bad it was. I know it wasn't the worst. I don't remember.
At the Greatest
I
Royal
just
Rumble.
That
Oh yeah,
makes
no,
me
that's
that
terrible.
makes
That's
me
terrible.
more
That's terrible.
mad than Mania 34
That-
because
that
the
was
way
terrible.
they insulted my intelligence when Roman hit the floor first, his feet hit the floor first, and the rule in the steel cage match has always been both feet touch the
Touch
floor,
Yes.
and they kept the belt on Brock when pause if needed. This nigga's legs are in the air. What?
On the cage.
What are we
On the
fucking
cage.
doing? And then they gonna have the referee tweet out, "Oh, I made a mistake," you know.
You want to know what's
But,
crazy though? In the Royal
this
Rumble,
decision is
if a
made.
dude lands on the announce table, he's not out. But Brock Lesnar lands on the cage and he wins.
They just threw the rule book
Oh,
out the window.
because Brock
just-
Lesnar like got out first, so
Yes, but he did.
because he landed first, but Roman's feet were clearly planted on
On
the
the
that
floor.
was
floor.
that was the logic.
Brock was on the
Yes,
cage,
yes,
Roman was on
yeah.
the floor.
When they
Brock
put
was
the
out
belt on Brock, when they officially announced it, and like they handed the belt to Brock, I said I almost turned off the TV. I was like, "There's no way." I'm like, we went to Saudi to do this match again because I thought they were gonna do it there so Roman can get cheered. That's what I thought the logic was.
Yeah.
But then they insult my intelligence to that level. Fuck y'all. Oh God, fuck y'all.
I think that's where we all agree. Like, you know, Vince was definitely out of touch with
Yeah.
the fans. I
You've been
think
running
that's
that
back
was
too many
just-
times, thinking
Mhm.
because it's a money
Yeah.
draw. But at the
Yep.
same time, there's a limit. That match
Yeah,
happened
yeah.
at least 3 times that year, and it was going to be again when Roman, Brock, and Braun.
Actually, I don't think
Roman
I
went out.
genuinely like turned off the TV and walked away.
Yep.
Until I saw Brock and Cena at WrestlePalooza. I turned the TV and walked.
Oh, that
away.
was trash,
I
dude.
turned off the TV and I walked down my block and back. No lie. I
You
missed 2
took
matches.
a walk.
I dead ass did. Like no lie. I missed 2 matches. I missed the Usos match and I
Oh,
missed
God.
a Stephanie and Io. I literally
It was
walked down the block
because it
and back.
could have been
Stephanie
decent.
was
Honestly,
really good. That Stephanie
until
match was really good.
until he went on the 5-at-5 trains, I was like, okay, this is actually decent. You know, Brock did his thing, Cena did his thing. We're going back and forth. All right, I assume Brock's going to win. He'll probably hit 2 F5s, call it a day. But then it was just like F5, nothing.
And then
Nothing.
like
it just dragged all the
there's-
energy out of the room.
it was
But it
it
didn't
was
need to
it
do
was a
that.
point. It was something in me that was like, okay, maybe they're gonna do like a Super Cena thing like he did with Cody. He's gonna take like 7 F5s and he's still gonna kick out. That dude took like 4 or 5 F5s out cold in front of kids too.
Exactly.
I don't know why.
Cena,
I don't
stop
know.
bringing kids
I
out to
don't-
your matches.
Like, I don't know why John Cena does this, knowing what the outcome is going to be. Why does he bring out Make-A-Wish kids to have the worst possible L's possible?
Every
Like,
Theory, Brock.
why does he allow himself to do that? Like, I don't know why he does
I
that.
don't get it either. I don't get it either.
Yeah, I don't understand either. I mean, I was at the show, so the way the match went, I said, I wasn't even mad because that's kind of what I said it was going to happen. I was like, bro, this match is going to be like SummerSlam Extreme Rules, where Brock is going to dominate, and then he's either going to win
But those 2
like
matches
convincingly.
had energy.
He's either going to win convincingly, or John Cena's going to make a little heroic comeback at the end and win. And the match went how I expected it to go. Like, yep, that's how those matches are always going. It's a Brock
But as a
Cena
fan, were you paying to see John Cena get just dog walked in his fucking 6th
No.
last appearance ever?
No, of course.
It's
I mean,
not like
nobody,
he had 10 more years left in 2014 where it was like, all right, we're going to
nobody wanted
wrestle
that.
again.
But
That was great.
This was it.
That was great.
This is
Yeah.
all you get.
nobody,
Instead
nobody.
of ending on a classic of even if he got squashed.
Yeah, hold
instead of
on.
being fun.
Nobody wanted that, but that's what I was expecting. Like that's how their matches go. So like this is the Brock and Cena match. That's what they do. So
Yeah.
didn't expect that match to be
Suplex City.
competitive because realistically, from a storyline point, I didn't expect it to be a competitive match when Super Cena was always struggling to fight Brock Lesnar in real matches. Extreme Rules, he won that match, but he got his ass beat majority of that match. SummerSlam got his ass beat at SummerSlam. So like it's old Cena now. So I'm like, I don't really think this is gonna be competitive when he was always kind of getting beat up by Brock Lesnar, you know, during
But he just had a competitive match with your WWE champion at SummerSlam. And now against Brock.
Cody's not
who
Brock.
Cody's beaten.
yeah,
Cena
Cody's
didn't
beating
get
Brock,
fucking
but
hits.
Yeah, we're getting Cody versus Brock eventually. I hope
What was
we all know
crazy
that.
is
We are.
Oh, yeah,
I know
for
we
sure.
are.
City
Oh, yeah.
was
Oh, yeah.
supposed
As long as we all know that.
Bryan. That's a nasty word. Like what happened to Cena at SummerSlam was supposed to be the end of Bryan.
yeah.
That's disgusting.
See, it
That-
works
that-
out better because it was John Cena and he was bulletproof. That was
Exactly.
That would have been
and
crazy.
it worked
That
beautifully.
would, but that
if it
would have
was
made
Bryan,
Brock. That would have made Brock more of a menacing heel.
Still.
Because then he took the streak, and then he took the yes movement. That shit would have been like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
that'd have been nasty, bro. Like,
He'd have been diabolical heel. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
Some
like
people
that
hate
would-
that
nah,
Cena
going
match
back-
2014. I
like
love
conquering Cena. There were still people who didn't like Cena at that time. So there was a portion of the fans that was like, yes, like Cena finally got destroyed. But like, if he had took Daniel Bryan's momentum after the streak
Boy.
too, that shit would have been.
He
He'd have been,
would've-
the big- he'd have been
Crash
the biggest
outs.
heel for. They could have ran with that heel run for years with Brock.
Facts. Facts.
That probably would have been one of the most dominant heel runs that we probably would have seen. With me beating the Undertaker at WrestleMania, like beating the streak is already like a crazy feat in itself. But like if he would have like just murdered Daniel Bryan after that crazy Yesomania shit, yeah, nah, he would have got it for a couple years.
What's crazy is like even a year later after he beat the streak, I wouldn't say he was overwhelming heel. There was still a good amount of fans the next year who were cheering him. And it's like
I was
you
a
had
Brock
him
fan
beat
at
the
that
streak
point, yeah.
just to get
Brock
cheered
was
a year
still cool at
later.
that point. He was still cool at that point. But if he
That's what
destroyed Daniel-
Malik is saying.
if he
could've
destroyed Daniel
really-
Bryan, that shit would have been. Because then honestly, I think they wanted to do the Daniel Bryan stuff because they wanted Roman to be what Daniel Bryan was. So they were already setting up Roman for that spot. And that's a big what if. Like, would Roman had been a bigger babyface? Like, we don't know. Because I think if 2015 Rumble doesn't happen, I don't know what Roman's arc would have been because he was already getting cheered before that. They liked Roman
Bro,
Reigns before
so-
the 2015 Rumble.
Do
You know what?
think-
You know what? Oh, my bad. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's the problem with Roman and where people turn on Roman because WWE fans at that time, especially, were a lot smarter because they saw through bullshit like that. The problem that WWE fans had with Roman before the Royal Rumble 2015, because it started to turn very slowly in the Rumble, just like was the nail in the coffin, was them taking away Roman's cool factor that he had in the Shield. That's what ruined Roman for real, is them making him talk too much and them, making him John Cena 2.0 when he does not fit that mold at all. That was the problem.
I want to ask because I
He would've
remember in
got booed regardless.
2014 he was getting a good run. He beat Randy at SummerSlam. That night of Champions, he went out with a hernia for 3 months. He comes back at TLC and
That
then
hurt him
immediately wins the Rumble. Do you think that plays a factor in it? Like if you had a couple
Yes.
months to steady build it, it would have been like more 50.
So like, would y'all think that?
Yes.
Would y'all think that like if Roman was like a bigger babyface, like in like the big dog era, would the tribal chief still happen?
Yeah.
No.
If it
I
would have
don't-
worked, probably not.
Yeah,
I
no,
feel- I
I
feel
don't
like-
think so.
For me, all the bad stuff that came after Roman's babyface was after that Rumble. I remember when he came back at TLC, he got a massive pop. Like, they
He did.
liked
Yeah.
Roman Reigns before that.
Oh yeah,
It's just the 2015 Rumble, people still wanted Daniel Bryan to be the
Yeah.
guy. He had just
Yep.
came back. And once he got eliminated from that Royal Rumble, people knew Roman was going to win. But then the way they structured the match, when you have Big Show and Kane in 2015 eliminate 3 fan favorites back to back, Dolph Ziggler, Dean Ambrose, and Bray Wyatt, and then Roman wins, that doesn't make Roman look any better when people already know he's the chosen one. He's
And
the
then they cheered
comfortable guy.
Rusev.
So it doesn't make Roman look
Yeah.
any good. It was so bad they had to run Daniel Bryan and Roman at Fastlane when Roman already won the Rumble, and Bryan's like, if you win, you get the championship match and everything. It was a good match, but
Right.
that set up Roman Reigns for failure.
Still
If you
didn't
really
work.
if you look at the trajectory, Roman Reigns was never accepted after that by the fans. There was nothing that they did after that Royal Rumble that genuinely made the fans care about Roman Reigns' babyface arc. It got worse year by year. 2016, once he got the stuff with Triple H, people were like, oh, I'm saying, all right, we're transitional championship reign. 2017 didn't get better. Then, especially 2018 and 2019, it got massively worse by how they were booking Roman in that time. So they
I
wanted
knew-
Roman Reigns to be what Cody Rhodes is right now. But I don't think Roman Reigns fit the mold of that babyface image like Cody does. Like Cody fits the part well. He fits the
What
look,
what
he
if-
fits the presentation, he fits the character. Roman Reigns never fit that. And I think WWE they were trying so hard to force Roman in that spot. It just made the fans hate Roman so much more.
I do want to say something regarding this comment here. No disrespect. I'm just saying. Yes, we know Daniel Bryan beating Brock Lesnar in 2015 wasn't the most believable thing. But after what happened in 2014 with him winning the world title and then getting hurt, and then them bringing him back before the Royal Rumble,
Yes.
you had a written story right there that clearly your audience gravitated to Instead, you moved that out of the way, insulted the fans' intelligence on that level by throwing him out of the Rumble early, and then not to mention the damn shattered dreams on the fucking Titantron, and then expecting fans to cheer Roman Reigns. That crowd, that type of crowd, especially that Philly,
Philly.
crowd around that time,
In Philly,
not
too.
happening.
In Philly
Not
too.
Never.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
happening.
You know what was
Yeah.
bad when the
If
Rock
Roman
came
hadn't
out?
won that Rumble, he would have been fine.
You know it was bad
yeah.
when the Rock came out as a surprise, and they
Oh my
cheered.
god! And they booed Rock.
They cheered
booed
for-
Rock.
They cheered for the Rock, but then
Yeah.
once they realized Roman was still winning, they were like, "Oh yeah."
Hey,
Yeah.
what was the
That's
what
another
was,
thing,
what was
too.
the
Roman
Rumble
was
when
not
it might be a little off topic, but like what was the Rumble when I think it was Rey Mysterio came out number 30?
Yeah,
and, like,
they
everybody
booed Ray.
2014.
They booed
The
Ray.
year
That was
before.
2014?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
they
So
booed Ray.
Year
Ray
before.
has
WWE
never
just
been
kept
booed.
trying to deny Brian's popularity. I'm like, bro, just
But
go
to,
with
to-
it.
to WWE's it ended up working out for them. I would say that goes keeping him out of that Rumble just added more to Daniel Bryan's story going into Mania. It wasn't
Yes.
supposed to happen that way, but
Right.
it benefited.
They got
the
lucky.
authority.
They got
It,
lucky.
bene-
Yeah.
it benefited the authority, like, oh, we kept you out of the Rumble because and all that stuff. So it made Bryan's movement even bigger at that Rumble. But to go to the Brock thing, Brock Lesnar could have dominated Daniel Bryan, but Daniel Bryan is such an underdog, he would have made it believable, to at least put up a fight where we thought he had a chance to beat Brock. Because you got to remember, he beat two guys. Oh, he beat three guys at one WrestleMania. He beat Triple H, and then he went on to win a
Beat
triple
Randy
threat match
Batista, top
later that
dude.
year with Batista and Orton.
He
So
beat Evolution.
Yeah,
Mind
He
you-
beat Cena
mind
the
you-
year before. He
mind
beat
you,
everybody.
the way
Clean.
he beat him, mind you, like
Clean
the,
as
the,
a
the-
whistle.
the way he beat him, bro, like he got off a stretcher and like, you know what, fuck all that, and tapped out Batista.
And we all bought
Like,
it. And we all bought it.
He got off a
Because
stretcher and tapped
Bryan-
out Batista. Like, that's so crazy.
they would have made it. They would have made it work. Like their Survivor Series match where Bryan had the momentum.
I was
and-
about to talk about
and he
that,
made
yeah.
it good, but like this would have been 10 times better because
Exactly. You have Brian, like everyone.
he was
and
an underdog babyface, so like he would have had some momentum, and Brock would have made it look good. But in the end, he would have had a
Brock coulda
dominant
won.
win where you're
That's
like,
fine.
oh my
Brock
god.
coulda
But
won.
if you all look at that time, Brock and Punk was a phenomenal match. I'm not saying Punk and Bryan are the same wrestler, but it's the same style where it's like you could have built that, and you could have had Bryan just so almost win, just to fall just that short. The fans would have been pissed just as much as the streak.
And you still could have done Heist of the Century if you really wanted to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You still
Yeah.
could have.
Yeah.
That was also a factor because I know Brock wasn't around that time, that contract. He didn't sign his contract to renew, I think, until like the week before Mania 31.
Yeah.
So, and then, if you didn't want to put the title back on Bryan because of him being injury prone, you could have still pulled the Heist of the Century.
Which is tough.
You
I think
could've.
that's I hate the fact that and Daniel Bryan was like that because like whenever he got a championship, he had to relinquish it because he got.
I'm
injured,
so
like-
glad he had that last WWE title run. The one
Oh,
Kofi
for
did.
sure.
Oh yeah,
I'm so glad.
Yeah,
Planet
because,
champion.
like
Yeah.
he was double champion. He had to give it up due to injury. He was WWE
Yeah.
champion, but then like they stripped it from him because when he was facing Randy Orton, like the referee accounted like differently or some shit like that. And then like he
So
was the
good.
IC champion, and he had to relinquish that too. So I was like, yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was tough for him. He got caught with the injury bug for a little bit, during that time. So
Dude, if he never got injured, him and Cena would have ran it back again because that's
why-
match they had.
That's
That's why the feud
perfect.
that he had with The Miz was great because like The Miz was speaking some real shit. Like, yo, I've never gotten injured because I know how to wrestle. You get injured like because you just wrestle unsafely. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's what it is.
Which is
You know what I'm
true to
saying?
an
That's what I'm
extent.
saying. So
Yeah.
like that's why I've never once got an injury.
Why don't you go back
because
to
I
the
know
bingo halls with your
You know
indie
what I'm saying?
pals?
that's what I
If
worked
you
Let
for.
me wrestle, I would.
Talking smack was great.
It was. Dude,
During
I, I love that during
Yeah.
that moment, like that massive moment. Renee's just like, that's not what this show is about, and it's literally
Yeah,
called.
she was so
Talking
concerned.
All right, Renee,
Smack.
you have a great show,
She was like,
but we're talking here.
she was like,
Now you talk to you real
Like,
quick.
just looking like this is like off script. Like, okay, wait.
Yeah.
that was so good. Like,
We're good?
shout out Renee on that one. That was
Shout
good.
out Renee. Oh my god.
Who's somebody in before we head off for your last question? I'm gonna ask everybody because we're in this new debate, TKO and WWE. But who's somebody right now in WWE that you just feel like maybe is overhyped? Like you just don't see what other people are seeing. Like I don't see the vision.
Lambo.
I don't see it. Who'd you say, Jeff?
No, that's what I'm
Hear me?
motivated.
Chat, I know as soon as I say this name, y'all gonna flip out. Hear me out because he's still my favorite wrestler on the roster. Roman Reigns.
Oh wow. I actually was not expecting that.
The
Oh, yeah.
fact
Elaborate.
that it's just the simple fact that since WrestleMania 40, Roman is character-wise hasn't clicked. This man has more returns than matches. Okay, like the peak is clearly done. Like the peak is clearly done, and we're nowhere near it anymore.
Oh yeah, people got
Roman in 2025. Just as in terms of what he's doing is just not moving me.
some people got mad at me. I made a video and I said the Roman era is over with. It's
done. It's
Cody
done.
era now. We're in the Cody era. Like
Oh yeah,
It's
like
done.
that 1200 title reign. That's his last championship he'll ever win. I fully be like that's
and there's not a bad
that's the last world title reign.
There's not a
I
bad-
believe.
there's not a
I
bad
don't know.
reason. There's not a bad thing to say like we're not in the Roman era anymore. Like Roman had his
It's
time.
not.
He did his part. Now we're in the Cody era. And some people didn't like that statement, but it's just like Timo said, Roman Reigns is used, I think now it's just more of a special attraction for stories that he's contributing on. Like
Yep.
a lot of the stuff he does is kind of the same, but it's still kind of a big deal in the same way because he's Roman Reigns. So when he shows up, it feels like an important deal when he's there. That's pretty much what he's used for. I like Josiah said, I don't know if he's really going to win any more titles at this stage. And he doesn't really have to. Like
He could win that big gold.
he
With
could,
the
but
Absolutely not. I don't. Like I said, like I think Roman Reigns' world title days are over. Like that 1200 title reign.
I'm fine with
you'll
that. I'm
you'll
fine
you'll
with
never get that
Yeah.
ever again. Or not ever again, but like for like a long ass time.
who's
I don't think he has much time left either.
who's your entry, Josiah? Who you want to throw out there?
Well, I mean, this is like something that pretty much everybody says, but it's definitely Tiffany Stratton. I honestly and like it's not just on the main roster. I would never really that high on Tiffany Stratton in NXT either. Like I just never like gravitated toward the Tiffany Stratton character. I don't really think that she's that great on the mic either. Like character wise, great. You know what I'm saying? Cool. But like she hasn't captivated me. Like the last match that I saw from Tiffany Stratton, I'm like, okay, cool. That was dope. Was when she faced Becky Lynch at No Mercy. And that was a long time ago. So it's like
Yeah.
there hasn't been a single Tiffany Stratton match since then that has captivated me. And I don't know why a lot of people like are like so high on Tiffany Stratton. I just don't see it. You know? So I mean that's
So you think maybe do you think if she was a heel it'd be better, or you just in general like?
Oh, like just in general, like heel or face. I just never got around like that Barbie doll character, like that generic, blonde character. I just never, I never did like those characters. It wasn't really something that I gravitated towards.
Okay, Johnny, what you got, man?
So I'll say it. Logan Paul. And it's always, to me, it's more of a, I guess a lot of people say it's more of a personal vendetta. Sure, you can take it however you feel like. I just feel like, me personally, I can't condone what he did, and with the whole Japan thing, and it's hard, and him joining WWE, and then to me it really feels like a sweep underneath the rug kind of thing. Like, we're gonna forget about this, but let everybody see how massive of a star I am. Whenever, to me, I don't really, his promos are not hitting for me. I don't see it. A lot of people see it. I don't. His wrestling is not that great. A lot of people, again, see it. I don't. Because a lot of people, what they see, they're like, he's so good. Oh my God. But what I see is he's stealing other people's moves. That's what I see.
That
You
I said this. I said this on TikTok, and I said this to my homeboys. What you guys think is a spot monkey is exactly what Logan Paul is. Logan Paul
Yes.
is the exact definition of a spot monkey.
Yes.
Is he good in the ring? I'll give you that. Cool, great. But what he's best known for is spots. He's not known for leading the match, his in-ring psychology, technicality, his versatility. No, he's known for those big spots. He's the literal definition of a spot monkey, and that's pretty much what his character is. He wants to have a viral moment. Like that's what he
and I
says.
can't.
That's what he says
I don't know
in
how
all
people
the promos.
disagree. I really
We've all said it. We've all
Because they're
said it.
glazing. That's the.
Well, I think part of it is, I don't think it's glazing. I think part of it is people didn't really expect Logan to be this good at what he's at, if I'm being honest. Like, when he came in, nobody expected him to do the things that he was doing, or to the level that he's done. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't know what to expect, but I don't think anybody expected him to be a spot monkey or do the spots that he was doing. So I think that's a part of, like, whoa, like, we weren't kind of expecting this. But Logan Paul, we've all said it on the podcast too, we give him credit. He's good enough for what he's done. He's good enough to know his spots in a match. He's good enough to be led in a match and know what he's doing at this stage. Like, he understands what he's doing. Guide me in the match. Tell me what I'm doing. I know how to execute that. He's just not good enough to lead a story or be the lead guy in a match. Yeah, could he get there? Maybe he could get there, but there's a reason everybody was upset on the podcast when they added Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre to that tag team match. But I said I don't think that's a bad thing because y'all don't want Jelly Roll versus Logan Paul in a one-on-one match at SummerSlam. I don't think Logan Paul is good enough to lead somebody else in a match who is very unprepared or uncertain of really how to do certain things when he's still learning. Logan Paul, I think, is still learning to that level. So to go to Johnny's point, he's very athletic, and Josiah said that he's very good at knowing his spots. He's just not good enough to lead stuff. Yeah, that's where people, I think, push the limit when they say he's one of the best wrestlers in the world. Like, he's not Kenny Omega. He's not Seth Rollins. You know what I mean? He's not at that level. Those guys you could put in the ring with anybody, and they could make a great match at anybody. Logan Paul, if he's in the ring with the right person right now, that could be good. Like, that match with John Cena was really good. That's all led by John Cena, though. I would bet my house that John Cena called every spot in the match.
Bro, I literally
People disagree with you, Saya?
I literally said this on a TikTok. Like John Cena led the entire match. Like that. The only reason why that was good because John Cena led the entire match. People hated when I said that. Like, thank you. Like,
yeah, like John Cena led that match. Logan Paul was good at knowing his spots, though. Like, hey, John Cena calls the spot. Logan Paul knows how to do that spot. So he's good at knowing his spots.
Logan Paul literally has to like rehearse his matches.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't like do that on the fly like that. This is a known thing. Like, I don't know why people think that it's not.
Yeah, like it's a 50. Like, even the rehearsing.
Some of the worst takes are on TikTok. Man.
I think the rehearsing thing is I don't really look at it as a bad thing either because I think a lot of wrestlers do that. But once again, like, he's just good at knowing his spots. He hasn't shown to be a lead guy. You could literally see John Cena calling spots in matches. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
because he's loud as
known. Like, he's calling spots. You know what I mean? Like.
Screaming
Aiden,
tag.
who's the guy you want to throw out, Aiden?
Okay, when you first asked the question, I was gonna say Gunther, but not because I don't think he's a bad wrestler, but I think he is really great. I just don't like someone spoken. But the answer I'm coming up with is Jade Cargill. Now I see the vision of the look. The look is 100% there. I just don't know if in the ring she will be the one who could ever lead a match. I don't know if it's there. Could it? Maybe. I just don't know if she'll wrestle long enough to where we get to that point of her career where she can do that. On the mic, I think she would be better as a heel or with a mouthpiece. I'll be honest with you. When she's talking as babyface, I don't buy it at all. And I don't think she's a bad talent. I think she has the intangibles. I think she has a lot of good aspects of being a wrestler, being a character. I don't see the vision of her being this one who can carry a match, be a champion for long term where she's carrying every talent. I don't think
that's honestly how that's honestly how she got over in AEW because like her matches weren't that long. So like it's the presentation and the aura that trick people into thinking that like she's gonna be like this main event talent. But like when you put her in the ring with somebody like a Charlotte Flair, or like a Becky Lynch, or somebody that can actually like be amazing in the ring and like call spots and lead a match shit like that, she gets exposed a lot. I ain't gonna lie.
Before Mo says what he says, then is Jade Cargill Goldberg?
Yes.
No.
Hold on. I'm not saying when I say Goldberg, I'm not saying when it comes to wrestling ability, but what I'm saying is Goldberg was protected to have certain matches throughout his career that made Goldberg presentation look really good for his character. That's what Jade was. And
that's exactly what I said yes to. Yes, I agree.
Now Jade in WWE, she's having better match. I think she's had the Naomi match stuff. That was good. She's proven that she can have good matches. But like you said, maybe she has certain styles or has to work with certain people for those matches to really be that good. So Goldberg was kind of the same way.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like I said, like Goldberg. I mean, like the Jade Cargill, like she's had matches that were like longer than Goldberg matches. So, I mean, like literally, if you can watch a compilation of Prime Goldberg, like 30 Prime Goldberg matches. I guarantee you it will take you 10 minutes.
Somebody said Jadeberg. That's crazy.
Like,
Jadeberg. All I'm gonna say is Aiden nicer than me, bro. I would have said exactly what he said, but way harsher because the way. No, fuck it.
Say harsher. Say harsher.
The way after we had, first of all, I hope she's okay after that gash, but the way we had that Aster class of a triple threat match on SmackDown 2 weeks ago, or a week ago now. And the way people watched that match, number one, and told me that it was good. And number two, that Jade should have won. That's when I knew the SmackDown Women's Division is fucking fried.
Yeah, nah.
Y'all want Jade Cargill to win a world championship. Do you niggas not like wrestling?
You know what's hilarious? Like you
I
know
think
what's
it's
crazy
not the
about
fact
that?
that she won our championship. It's who she would
Salute.
face. Who is she gonna face?
You know what's crazy about that?
That's
If
another
Jade
problem, too.
Cargill,
That's it.
if Jade Cargill had won that women's championship, I guarantee you, in like 2 or 3 weeks, people will say, "Oh my God, let's get Tiffany back. Tiffany was so great. Oh my God, all that."
Which is
y'all-
sad.
y'all
Which
were
is
the
saying
same one-
something.
and
Which
people,
is
yeah,
saying
who were the
something.
same
I'm
ones
sorry.
saying that Tiffany wasn't good. So
Like,
like,
I hope Jade
yeah.
get better.
The
but she's not there
IWC,
yet,
man.
bro. I'm sorry.
I
She's just
I
not
agree. It's the
There's a
IWC.
vision. There's a world
Oh,
where
it
she
is
can be a
IWC,
world
yeah.
champion. 100%. I think she will be. It's just not yet. Let her keep developing this work. Then I think we eventually get her mouthpiece to pair with
I'm
her.
about
She
to
can
say
talk to
something
Mike
so nasty.
occasionally.
I'm about to say something so nasty.
And then
Nah,
you
I'm
eventually
still-
give her the title. You book her a 6 to 8 month reign if you want to.
We said Jade
with
back, bro. I'm so
Deliberately chosen opponents. You need to put her against
No,
people
yeah.
who can help make her look good. You can't put her against fucking BFAB and expect a god tier match. No disrespect to
That's what I'm saying.
BFAB, but those two talents who you need to put against veteran, already decorated talents who you know can carry their own end.
Look, man. I know we talk about can she get better? Can she get better?
You said
How
no.
long has it been? Woman got trained by Brian Danielson.
Who has more potential to be a better star? Logan Paul or Jade Cargill?
Logan Paul.
Logan
Paul.
I say Jade.
Elaborate.
Because
Somebody that you
Logan
think
Paul-
somebody you think will have somebody that you could see have a better having a better career and a bigger main event star.
Logan Paul.
Oh, having a better career, being a bigger main event star.
Logan Paul.
Yeah.
It would not. It
Very
would.
easily.
It would probably be Jade because we've seen Jade Cargill in the past. So I mean, like people who like aren't who like are
Jade
good
has
in
the
ring,
look. I will say
Like,
she'll
you know what I'm
look
saying? Like,
She does
they-
have the look. I'll
They
give you
have
that.
the look and presentation. They'll put the bet on him. You know what I'm saying? Because like,
But
you
does she
know,
have the talent though? Because Logan's been doing this a shorter time than her, and let's keep it above. He clears.
okay, but look, like objectively speaking, right? I don't like to bring this person up, right? But yes, he was a draw, right?
Mhm.
Yes, he was very great at what he did for the WWE. But like, was Hulk Hogan like really a good like talent like that?
Yes. I think Hogan gets a little bit too much flack for his talent. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There-
I will say
there's a
Hulk
little-
Hogan when it
the
comes
fact that
to
he was able to carry Ultimate Warrior to a banger. I'm sorry.
Respect Ultimate Warrior, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
He was good. He just didn't have to wrestle in the United States in the 80s.
But like
He just
I've
didn't have
never,
to.
but like you know what I'm saying, like I've never seen like a Hulk Hogan match in WWE that like captivated me. To
That's what I'm
like,
saying. In WWE, he didn't have
I mean-
to do it.
he has two matches that I think for me
like I say, he had the presentation, and he has the look, he has the promo ability, everything like that. But it's like, I don't know. I guess
Like I can see Jade.
I guess
being
just
look at his
first, but you
Japan-
have to look.
I guess
the
from an in-ring
presentation.
standpoint,
In
I
the
guess-
I
square
know it's a
circle,
cliche thing to
Logan
say.
clears.
I know it's a cliche. I don't know why I'm defending Hogan today, but fuck it. I know it's a cliche thing to say, but you look at his work in Japan. Let's keep it a buck. No gaijin can just go over to Japan and get over off talking. You have to actually wrestle in Japan, and he still got over. So clearly he could. He just didn't have to do it in the U.S. He just
Okay.
didn't have to.
Okay, I stand corrected. Okay,
I think it's
To be fair.
opposed to like for
No more
Hulk
defending Hogan
Hogan,
for the day.
it's kind of like there's certain people that have certain
that's why I can see
standards.
the point.
I think it's certain people that have certain standards. You look at somebody like we mentioned Goldberg before. Goldberg, for what his presentation was, didn't really have to wrestle though. Like people
Yeah.
who like Goldberg, I don't think liked Goldberg because he was a good wrestler, because he wasn't. They liked the
Right.
presentation that Goldberg presented on TV. He made it believable that he can go out there and destroy anybody. You're like, yeah, I can believe that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
He's a role player.
that was
Played-
Goldberg.
played
And
the
then you
role,
look at somebody
but
like Bret Hart. People who loved Bret Hart didn't really like the Bret Hart gimmick. It was more so that he was a wrestler. He had
Yeah.
good matches. People wanted to see him wrestle. So
Yeah.
some people are good at one or the other. I think for Hulk Hogan, the people were Hulkamaniacs because of the Hulk Hogan presentation, the larger than
Yes.
life, Hulk Hogan character, and making people believe that he could be somebody and being a superhero. It's kind of like for us with John Cena growing up. Like John Cena had good matches, but we love John Cena
That
because
fourth
of he
comment.
was on TV, like the gimmick, the hustle, loyalty, respect. Like he made us believe that we were like, What'd you say?
That fourth comment, they said Jay been wrestling since
Wrestling
the
since the
Biden
Biden
administration. It hasn't come.
That's crazy.
She's definitely better, but I'm not gonna act like she's
Not
she's
not
not.
much.
She got a little bit better.
Yeah, a little.
I will
bit,
say
a
though,
little
I
bit.
mean, like the reason I brought up the Logan and Jade stuff is Jade has the look, and Logan obviously has the outside brand stuff like the star power.
Yeah.
But I mean, they've been in WWE. Jade came into WWE a year after Logan. I mean, have we seen Logan have better
Wow.
overall matches than Jade already?
That's
Yeah.
very like thinking about it,
Yeah.
bro. Joe Biden got elected in 2020. I mean, that implies she hasn't gotten better in 5 years. Oh my lord! Oh my lord! I just thought about it, but yeah,
That's what I said. How much better is she gonna get, gang? Come
I
on.
said, but yeah, no, I get about the.
I want her to prove me
presentation
wrong. By the way,
standpoint,
I don't like
Yeah.
ragging on people. I want her to prove me wrong.
I mean, I hope she does well. I hope she
Yeah, I
succeeds
don't want to see people
does
fail.
well.
Yeah.
The
I
person
do
I'll throw out there for me, I'm gonna say Trick Williams for me. The only reason I'm saying him is because I think a lot of people. The only reason I'm saying Trick Williams, he's very good on the mic, and I think he's gotten better as champion with the TNA run. But I think a lot of people see him as like world champion main event guy on the main roster. I just don't see it. I really don't see it. Like
I don't see
if I'm gonna
it.
keep it a buck, Carmelo Hayes is 10 times better than talent, and they can't even figure out what to do with him on the main roster.
That's
So
I
if
100%
they're struggling with
agree.
Carmelo Hayes,
but
what they
to
gonna do
that
with Trick
point,
Williams?
though- but to that point though, Trick Williams, he got a catchphrase. Jay Uso does
Yeah.
too.
Good cook.
Yeah.
Good cook.
You know,
Yeah, he does have
like
a-
that whoop that trick stuff, bro. Like that is incredibly over. Just like how Yeet is incredibly over. So
Yeah.
they could do something with that. Ain't gonna
Trick has a good look too. I'm not saying Melo doesn't, but Trick
They
has a
could
good
do,
look.
they could
to
do
him.
something with that, but I also what thinks helps Jay Uso case, if we're kind of being honest here, was he's attached to the bloodline stuff. Like if Jay Uso
that's
wasn't
true, too.
attached to that bloodline vortex and that bloodline story, I don't really know if Jay Uso would have gotten those type of chances. Because every time Jay, even like Jay now, you know what I'm saying? Like he's falling back into the Roman vortex. It's like, you know, after he lost the championship, he goes back to his brother. His brother comes back to him. He goes to fight his brothers again, or Roman's involved, stuff like that again. With Trick Williams, the whoop that trick stuff is over. I just don't know if it'll be something like LA Knight got a catchphrase over too, and he still lost too on the main roster.
Yeah,
And LA Knight better than
you
Trick
know,
Williams.
to that Roman Reigns, like to that Roman Reigns vortex or that bloodline point. I mean, like Jeff Hardy, right? People compare Jeff Hardy and Jey Uso a lot, right? As far as like their peak goes and like how popular it is. So I mean, if Yeet got over, if he wasn't attached to that bloodline, I think.
Well, Jeff was also
I
part
think
of the Hardy Boys as well.
Would've got it.
Yeah.
But and
One of
then,
the most
wait, hold
popular
on,
tag teams of all time.
and then Jey Uso was also part of the Usos, also another
Yeah.
all-time tag team.
Yeah.
Good point.
So you know,
So I mean, your point isn't wrong. Like,
No.
yes, Yeet got over, and that worked for Jay, but yeah, it also got over for LA Knight, and hasn't really done much for him. And if we're comparing talents, I don't think Trick Williams is better talent than LA Knight. I think he's better on the
hell no.
mic. I think he has better matches. I think he has a better presentation. And like I mentioned before, there's certain people who come up to the main roster that you know have certain ceilings. You know what I mean? So you already know there's certain individuals that are going to get certain opportunities in certain spots. When he comes up to the main roster, I don't see him getting any potential shots. Like I think Obafemi is going to be a bigger star on the main roster than him. I think Braun Breaker obviously is going to be
Good, right.
utilized more than him.
they gotta book Obafemi like Gunther. That's how you should do that.
No, we
Yeah.
getting El Grande
So-
Africano, bro. That's
like-
what we
So
getting.
I got
And
a
realistically,
question
too, if they wanted to split up the profits, I think Montez Ford would have a better ceiling than Trick Williams too. Like if they wanted to let them go. Separate
I
ways.
think Obafemi should do what Gunther did with the IC championship with the US championship.
So
to make it
in Malik's
to
in Malik's like defense, so I guess this question is going towards Malik. Let's say the next like at Showdown, well not the Showdown, but like in a couple weeks or whatever. Let's say that Trick Williams does lose the TNA World Championship, and do you think he goes to the main roster, or do you think, based on that, what you said, do you think he should stay in NXT, kind of build up a little bit, or?
I mean, you have to kind of put him on the main roster. He's done everything in NXT.
Yeah.
So what else could he
I
possibly
don't
do?
know about that, bro. Because
What else could he do?
Not the main roster. NXT, that division is fried.
The men's
That shit
division,
is-
I don't know about that.
It's not. It's nowhere near what it was even like a year ago.
No, I mean, okay, but outside of Ricky Saints, I mean, Oba.
Don't they got like Ethan Page and Obafemi and
I mean, well, they're
Devon
talking
Evans.
about that way up,
American
like
champion.
No, Devon Evans.
I'm
and all
talking about
that?
like the main event scene, I should say. The main event.
Yeah.
Oh, the main
Yeah.
eventers.
Yeah,
They're a little slim. They
That's what I
definitely need a
should've
couple bases. But Trick is one of those guys who can be called up. Like I think
Yeah.
Trick can win world championship
can.
in 5 years. He's someone where this generation of the the CM Punks, Seth Rollins, Romans, once they're off the roster, he has a chance to be able to fit in that crop of guys. I just think you
I'm
gotta
not
wait a
ready
couple
for that,
years. He's
man.
got to be able to subside and just stay around. Mid card
I don't know,
scene.
though.
Have good
If I'm-
stories.
If I'm looking at the criteria of younger guys that I think are going to have a higher ceiling, not even just who I would want, but just based on how they're going to book them, Logan Paul for sure is a lock, 100%.
Yeah.
They've already been utilizing
Dom.
him in high spots, so he's definitely going to get a higher spot.
Yeah, Dom.
Braun Breaker, I think, is the next guy for sure.
he's the face of the company. Yeah.
Obafemi, I think, is going to have
Yeah.
a higher ceiling. Melo, I still think is going to have a higher ceiling on the main roster, even though he's still kind of been in the shuffle a little bit. I think his ceiling is going to be a little bit higher. So those are criteria of 3 younger guys right there. And Bronson Reed, I think, is going to have a higher ceiling.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
So I mean,
Dominic,
Dom, I think will have a higher ceiling. So I mean, I don't
especially because
really
he
kind
just
of
keeps
see.
getting better. That's the
Yeah.
crazy thing.
Yeah, I don't
Is
see
he a main guy? Like, is he at the top marquee?
No.
But I think he could be a world champion.
Who?
100%.
Trick.
Dominic.
Oh,
Oh,
think
I
Trick
thought you
very
meant
well. Has a,
No, I thought you
I
were
think
talking
Trick
about
very well
this
could be a world champion.
Dom for
Yeah,
sure.
Trick
Yeah.
ain't no
Dom will
main
be.
event,
Dude, Dom could be the marquee.
WrestleMania type of guy though.
Dom could hold that big gold belt if he wanted to.
Dom.
If
could
he-
be-
if he-
Right now, he
He
could.
can hold
Yeah.
the
Dom
title.
keeps getting better as well. Like
Dom could definitely
Yeah.
carry that big gold belt. The WWE Championship, different conversation,
He
but
can hold it.
the big
Not
gold
now,
belt,
but he
Sometime,
could.
maybe sometime. Yeah, maybe sometime.
2 years.
the big gold belt, I feel comfortable.
Hey,
with.
so
Shit,
if
they
Dom
gave it
beat
to
Cody,
Ray.
hey, so like if Dom beat Cody, what y'all do?
No, that would be nasty. That'd be nasty. on my
Right
part.
now, no. But
Oh,
if
oh
you built
nah,
to it,
oh
I wouldn't be mad
nah.
with it.
That is
I
Drew's
feel like
position.
the WWE Championship obviously has always been shown to be the main championship. So whoever wins that has to be somebody that we believe is going to be like a top tier level guy. You know what I mean?
Alberto
Like,
Rio was champion.
that's the same. When they had that Rio hold the WWE Championship, I'm like, come on, bro. Like, I want to see WWE.
Especially at the time they did it. Oh my.
Like people who's going to beat Cody, it would have to be like
They ruined
Randy.
Summer of
It'd
Punk.
have to
Hey,
be like-
Sheamus is a
Gunther.
multiple time
But see,
WWE champion.
That's the
Which
thing
is
about
goes out.
WWE. That's the thing about WWE right now. Like, they rely too heavily on like the older talent. Like, if you want to
Mhm.
if you want to like put somebody like to beat Cody, build one of the younger talents up to beat.
Yeah, it'd have to be
Cody,
like
you know what
Ron
I'm
Breaker.
saying?
or
Like,
something.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Bronson Reed.
Randy. Honestly, Randy is one of those people where like I don't think anybody would be opposed if he won the world title from anybody. So
Facts.
Well, it's just,
yeah, I mean, like, saying, like
it's the
Randy's
story
good,
that
but like
people want
some
too,
like those older guys, they're better off doing like some mid card stuff. Yeah,
That's how I always felt about the older people too. Like, there's certain people when you get to a certain stage, like the Cenas, the Randys, the Triple H's, the Edges. Like, once you get to a certain stage, you don't really have to be a world champion anymore. I'm not saying it wouldn't be cool for it to happen. Like Cena becoming 17-time world champion, as a Cena fan, I was happy to see that. But if that never happened, I wouldn't be upset about it because the nigga got 16 titles. So it's like
Yeah.
he didn't
Randy
really,
and AJ can
he didn't
win,
really
but they
need
don't
it. You
need
feel
a
me? Like,
7
I
months
think
break. They can hold it for 2 months and you're good.
yeah, hold on. There's a
Yeah.
separation. I feel like somebody needing it, and then you just want it as a fan. Like as a fan,
Yes.
it's cool to say that you want it. But Randy Orton, if Randy Orton never sniffed another world championship again, that wouldn't affect his legacy.
Okay.
Randy Orton.
That's
No, it
facts.
wouldn't.
I mean, like,
Any
you
world
got
champion,
14
yeah.
world
It
titles.
would legacy. I think he should win one as a fan.
But at the
Yeah.
same-
It's been a long time. I feel like one more in this era would be nice to have, but it could be 2 months. Move
Yeah,
on.
Randy's at the point you can't take away from his legacy. You can only add to it.
No,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
that's what I'm saying. Like Randy's one of those legends where like if he won a world title, like I said, from anybody, whether it be Seth or Cody, people wouldn't care. Like it's Randy Orton. Like he's like
Yeah.
that he's like that neutral of a legend.
Yeah, people
Facts.
would be happy to see it either way. It's not like he needs it though. Like I've seen a lot of people say like, "Well, he deserves it. He needs it." This person, like, he doesn't need it, bro. Like it's Randy Orton. It's John Cena. Like these people are bulletproof. What else could they possibly do?
He's already
Ready-
main event of WrestleMania, headline
It goes-
WrestleMania.
it
pay-per-views,
just goes
all
back
Done
that.
to what
everything.
Malik
Yeah, they've
said.
done everything.
Randy Orton's arguably like a top 10 lock,
Yeah.
bro. Like, what the fuck are we adding?
Like
to?
the only reason that the only
still
reason
Trent status.
it's the same with Roman too. Like Roman doesn't need it anymore.
Yeah.
At
Like,
all.
how high could he possibly?
Especially after that reign he
The
had.
last
Yeah,
championship reign
1,000
that he
days.
had, the
Yeah.
last championship reign that he had,
1,000.
how much higher could he possibly go with that?
Yeah.
He's never reaching that peak again.
The
He's
only
never
reason-
doing that
Exactly.
again.
The only reason you'll continue to see Cody still win world titles is because he's the guy right now, and they're establishing his legacy.
Yeah.
Once his legacy is established, he won't need it anymore. If I mean, like he just Certain people, when they get to a certain level, they don't need those accolades anymore. A part of their resume. I get as fans the nostalgia, and you want to see your favorites win, so I can understand that aspect. But once you get to a certain stage, you look at it like, bro, what more could they do? What more could they possibly do?
Yep.
How much higher could they possibly reach?
All bias. Edge should have got it. Fucking pissed still.
No, if Edge had won it at that Mania, that would have been cool. You feel me? But in hindsight, looking at it,
Didn't need to,
they need it.
but it would have been nice.
They need the Rumble win either. But I thought
Yes,
he
he
was
did.
going to win at
All
WrestleMania
bias.
because of that. But
Has Edge and
bias.
Cena fought 1-on-1 at Mania?
never.
No,
Nope.
Never.
the closest
Because they had a
it was
Big Show in there.
That's so disgusting. Oh my god.
Oh my
Him
god.
and Orton never fought 1-on-1, and him and Edge never fought 1-on-1 either.
They always throw Big Show in
Him and Punk
multi-mans
never
that he
fought
don't need to
1-on-1
be to.
Mania.
They always throw
but
Big
it-
Show in multi-mans he don't need to be in, bro.
Hey, but
Mania
it was-
2000,
I
Mania
hate that because I
25.
like the Big Show a lot.
Hey,
but
it was
it's
a lit moment though. That nigga John Cena
Oh yeah. Great moment.
lifted both.
I
hands.
like that
Yeah,
match. I think it was a
yeah.
good match.
That's
but
what I'm
obviously.
I
crazy.
thought the match was fine.
The crazy
I didn't have a
thing though
problem.
is that 3 of Cena's best rivals, like ever, you could say he's never faced him 1-on-1 at Mania. There always were multi-man matches. Like he fought Orton, Triple H was there, which was a good story, but Triple H was involved. It could have been Cena versus Orton that year if they wanted to. That would have made sense based off the history.
Ew.
If they wanted to, they could have did Cena versus Orton at WrestleMania 33 as well. But they had the whole Bray Wyatt. So, and then Edge, Big Show was added to that because of John Cena. Yeah, Big Show told the backstory. John Cena was the reason that Big Show was involved in that match. And then CM Punk, never had. They had like Money in the
AJ
Bank
as
was
well.
like if you think about that Money in the Bank, that's a WrestleMania match right there at Money in the Bank. You know what I mean? Like it was
That
Money in
is
the
That
Iron
Bank.
match on
bro?
fucking Raw was a banger in 20.
Yeah, like the match on Raw. That was a WrestleMania type match. They could have did that.
But I think Cena and Punk worked at Money in the Bank because like Mo said, where they were at. Like
Yeah, where they're at.
in
Yeah,
Chicago.
for sure.
Like,
I'm
so
saying
that
like
was-
the build, like that build, that was a
Oh, yeah.
WrestleMania build.
Oh yeah.
That was a WrestleMania type storyline.
And you can't recreate that again. Like you
Like
can't
Vince
recreate
literally
nothing
said,
like that,
like-
man.
Like Vince literally said, bro, if I see CM Punk walk out of that building with the
You're
title, you're
fired.
fired. Like you're not gonna have a job anymore.
Yeah.
And then they fucked it up the very next night. They fucked it all up the very next night. Oh my god.
See CM Punk hopped over the barricade, blew the kid.
But hey,
it's not like you know what I'm saying. Can
I
you
got-
imagine if, like
boy,
CM
I
Punk,
got
Nah, it was
worked.
a week.
I'll
They
admit
let
it.
go a week.
can you imagine CM Punk
Yeah.
like
Yeah, a
had
week.
belts on the company? Like can you imagine?
I would
that?
have milked it a couple. I would have milked it
8
a month
days.
at least, and then
8
you could have done
days.
something.
You know what pissed me off around that time? I know we're supposed to get out of here, but instead of just letting Punk keep the title away, like even if you don't have him go to other promotions and shit, you know what they could have done during that time? Rebuild the importance of the World Heavyweight Championship and make that the main title. But
Randy
no,
Orton
instead,
was
let's just bring
champion.
Punk back in 8 days. Let's just
No,
bring
Christian
him
was
back in
champ,
8 days
actually.
and have Rey Mysterio
Bro,
win the title for no reason.
This is where my hatred for CM Punk came when I was like a little kid, because like he was the only person that I knew when I was a kid that could actually stand toe to toe with John Cena. Like it didn't help that he was good on the mic, right? Didn't help that he kept on beating Cena. And then I'm like, okay, cool. CM Punk's going. Cena came back. He beat Rey Mysterio. He's the world champion again. CM Punk comes back. I'm like, bro, what are we doing again, bro? Like,
It's still crazy.
He
They
got
never
the
even
WWE
capitalized on it.
championship.
Double
He
champ.
got the WWE championship. Like,
Two
man,
champs. Yeah.
come on, dude. But yeah, no, like
Crazy.
CM Punk
Nasty work,
was
nasty
what
work.
he did.
Nasty.
Who's, okay, this
I
is
love the Comic Con. That was cool.
who's this,
Oh yeah.
This the real last question that we'll head off here. Since some people have brought it up here, who was that wrestler that you hated when you were a kid? Like you despised him when you were a kid.
CM Punk.
Yeah, it was
CM
CM Punk. It was CM
And
Punk.
here's the thing.
Actually, go ahead.
Really?
Here's the thing. I knew wrestling was scripted since I started watching, right? But the way he was acting when he got rid of Jeff Hardy,
Hey, when he came out with Jeff Hardy, that was lit.
that was the moment I said I will never. It took me 5 years to get over that. It took me 5 years. It took him leaving the company for me to be like, oh wait, this nigga's actually really good. Hold on, wait a minute. Pump the brakes.
Nah,
But
it was
before
CM
that,
Punk.
fuck him.
It was CM Punk for the reason that I stated previously, but it was also Randy Orton too. Like Randy Orton,
Really?
like now don't get me wrong, like Randy Orton, like now looking back, like he's my second favorite wrestler of all time. You know, like he's right behind John Cena for me. But like when I was a kid, bro, Randy Orton was terrorizing everybody that I liked. Like John Cena, you know what I'm saying? Like he literally terrorized Triple H. You know what I'm saying? Like he was terrorizing everybody that I liked, bro. He was like the literal true vindictive heel. Like when he like did the little pyro shit, like little explosion on Cena on like the little on the stage, bro. I was like, bro, I was a kid. I was like, bro, is Cena dead? Like, we have like a live death on TV. Like
He was just like,
I was looking at my dad like, you see what I saw? Like, what's happening? And my dad, he's like a troll. He always loves to hate on Cena because I like him. He didn't make it any better. He was like, yeah, that dude gone. I'm like, bro, really? Like, I'm like, bro, really?
that dude gone.
Like, dude, but no, like Randy Orton, he, like I said, he terrorized everybody that like I like in WWE. It was crazy.
Johnny, who's yours? Man?
I got two that comes to mind. I never really was a Hulk Hogan fan. I've always been a Randy Savage guy, so that's the first one. And then whenever I was a kid, I really grew up in the Ruthless Aggression era. So JBL couldn't stand him. He was the massive heel at the time, and especially him going up against Eddie Guerrero and Benoit and everybody like that. It's just like, of course I'm going to cheer on those guys. And John Cena. I'm going to cheer on those guys, of course. But at the same time, I didn't respect it because I knew wrestling was scripted. Absolutely, I knew it was just a character. But man, I couldn't stand that guy. I really. And then I guess it did technically now today. It doesn't really help that he was bullied backstage. So it's like, okay, well, maybe I hated him for a real reason. So.
Buddy.
For me, two wrestlers come to mind, which I'm actually very fond of both of them now. But Mark Henry during the Hall of Pain, I hated that man, but I love that run looking back at it now. And Seth Rollins in 2015, he was a chicken shit heel. I hated that man so much. The spot, not because of
That's
Roman,
crazy.
actually.
That was peak.
The way he faced Cena, I was pissed. I'm not gonna lie when he took the U.S. title, but
I'm not gonna lie. The way he beat Sting, I was pissed. I'm like, bro, really? Okay.
He's all my favorite.
I got you. I got you.
Neck injury, man. Yeah.
I got two. I would say Edge was probably my number one for me. That was probably my biggest op growing up as a kid. I couldn't stand Edge for the longest because I felt like he was always going after my favorites, like the cash in on Cena. Undertaker was my second favorite at the time, and cash in on him. Lita was my favorite diva. He stole Lita from Matt Hardy. I'm like, Jesus, bro, this guy's on demon time. Somebody that I really, really hated though, just based off character, I fucking hated Simon Dean, bro. He's so ass, bro.
Oh my god,
Simon Dean, bro.
I forgot about him. Oh, screw
Simon
that
Dean,
guy,
bro.
that Scooter.
He basically had like a trainer gimmick. He was like a sports trainer, I guess you could say. And
yeah.
I don't know, bro. Simon Dean.
Segue, bro.
I will always
It's
fuck
a
with
segue.
Simon Dean because of how much he made me
God.
laugh in the 05 Rumble. That
Is this
motherfucker
dude
killed me. He was
carrying
just on the
a jar?
outside doing squats and shit.
Is that protein powder that he's carrying, bro?
Bro, he had his own protein. Like he was a gymnastic guy, bro. He was a trainer.
Absolutely not, bro. Bro, Simon Dean, bro. This is crazy, bro.
Hollywood Nova. And
I
EC
forgot
Gangster.
about him.
I used to get. Oh my god, I couldn't stand Simon Dean for the longest, man.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, fellas, it's been fun. We went a little longer for you guys
Stooge.
today. We usually cut off about 2 hours. We went almost about 3 hours today. So
Shit, I was supposed to leave early, but fuck it.
appreciate you guys for coming through. Man.
It was a good time. It really was.
Great time, man.
Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button to the channel. Make sure you guys be updated for all the wrestling content and all the podcasts that we got coming on. Since Crown Jewel is next week, we're going to be doing our episode early, right after Crown Jewel, to do a little recap. So it's going to be early day for that day. But
You said we are.
I'm about to do the pot of my car. Fuck.
yeah,
Oh,
it'll be like this, watching, half sleep and stuff. Gonna be halfway across the country. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Appreciate you guys for coming through.